What's up, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions, and welcome to your Saturday live stream. And before I go any further, if you're wondering where Melanie is, she'll be joining me here in a little bit. Her mom is visiting today, or this last couple of days, so she was hanging out with her, but she is getting ready. And before I go any further, a big thank you to a couple of my friends like Brooks and a couple of other folks that watch my videos for waking me up at 2 o'clock in the morning to let me know that the DC catalog is being updated. Like a responsible 45-year-old man, I said, I will just wait until I get up to go and check it out. But thank you. Yeah, a lot of good things are popping up. Knock on wood. Nothing gets canceled. And if you're new to collected editions, what the catalog is that's the it used to be every quarter they would update a catalog, Marvel and DC, and that's where they put the books in. That's where you see a lot of things pop up on Amazon, and then it has to be officially solicited though. So that first part is done. That's a good spot, but we have things in there that really surprised me, like Flash by Messner Loebs, Omnibus. Very happy about that. But the big one for me is Justice League International Volume 3 Omnibus. Very, very happy about that one. So knock on wood, I always let it just flesh out by itself, and then I'll do a video when it's all said and done. But right now it's looking like some really cool things are coming our way. Hopefully a lot of surprising things too. So very, very cool. And I'm really excited for the Daredevil reprints. Thank you for breaking news announcements, Mr. Oh, you are so welcome. It is my absolute pleasure. Pleasure. Uncanny Omar is trying to talk pretty one day. Warning you all. Yes, Jay, Justice League International Volume 3. Absolutely just floored with that. The one that kind of surprised me, though, was Flash by Messner Loebs. Because the cover they're using, and again, all of this is placeholders, right? They can change it at any time. It's the Mike Baron cover to issue number 1. And Mike Baron, I think, wrote the first 14 issues, meaning if it's a Messner Loebs and LaRocque omnibus, they're probably going to skip those issues. But they're also giving us a Grant Morrison and Mark Millar Flash Deluxe Edition, which makes sense, right? They're going to skip that in the Mark Waid omnibus. So, but no Mark Waid Flash 2 yet. But here's hoping, here's hoping. It's good that DC is adding Omnis, but disappointing to see Byrne and post-Byrne era Superman get no love. I want to see 130 issues between Exile and Death and Return. I do too, but it's a start, right? Look, here's the thing. Like, the way that I see it is, look where we were 6 months ago when I had to email DC to say, hey, there's a lot of rumors going around by other YouTube channels saying that DC Collected Editions is dead, and they assured me that they weren't. They actually told me some of the plans. So I know I have a couple of books still not out yet, so hopefully we'll get those. But where we are now, it's the same thing. Like all the negativity and all the false. All the misinformation when it comes to the character of the Punisher, and Marvel trying to distance themselves from the character. People were claiming that they were never going to do any reprints. And, that was one of my favorite things about this last batch of Omni reprints, was to talk about that, to finally get that off my freaking chest. So now I can finally tell people, don't believe everything you hear from other channels, because none of those people have any idea what they're talking about. I don't care what kind of inside information they claim to have, because they don't. Because, yeah, some of my viewers go to other channels and they get information like that, and they come and ask me, hey, I've heard from so-and-so, and I'm not naming any channels, I'm just speaking in general. I heard from so-and-so that Marvel and Disney are getting rid of Frank Castle and they're never going to reprint any of his stuff. So, no, that's not true at all. No, but who knows? Frank Castle, I'm sure, will return one day. Does nobody remember the Suicide Run? Ugh. Where we had like 6 different Frank Castles or Punishers. I did like the dude with the skull on his face, though. That guy was cool. I think most of them are dead now. I'll keep waiting for the Batman Year 100 reprint. The Paul Pope book. Yeah, that's a great book, man. Hey, random question. I recently bought Infinite Crisis Omni and had a signature in it. I haven't been able to track whose it is. Is there anywhere I can find out? I don't think there's a database for signatures. Google Pics might be the best way to search. Maybe. I honestly don't know. I mean, it could be, oh my gosh, there were so many people that worked on that book. Jeff Johns, Jim Lee, and Phil Jimenez, but also you had some artwork by Jerry Ordway in there. Oh my gosh, Gail Simone, all these. Yeah, it could be anybody. No Atari Force. I'm so sorry. No Atari Force. Not yet. What's up, Omar? Hope you're doing fine. Which Batman Modern story would you suggest to new readers? I think I would probably go with the stereotypical Batman by Scott Snyder. It's good. It's got a great mystery. Batman is a heck of a detective in it. And it leads you down the path of more and more and more and more Batman. So that's a good thing, right? Where do we go to see Marvel and DC catalogs for ourselves? PRH does a good job of uploading it. It's a mess right now. And when I tell people to go and look at it, you can go to PRH Comics to look at it. Used to be the Hatchet catalog. That thing was a nightmare to navigate through. But keep in mind, sometimes things get canceled and it's hard to get excited, right? Still waiting for the Bill Willingham Robin Omnibus that, oh my gosh, when was that? 4 years ago, I think. That's why I got really excited about Batman Hush Omnibus. At that same time, we had things like that. What books did they tell you about beforehand that have been selected? Oh, Young Justice. Was it Young? Yeah, Young Justice. I knew about that one. And what was the other one? There was another book that they said they were working on. I'm like, oh, cool. So you guys have plans. And then I know 2 more coming later down the line that are pretty cool. I did not know about Justice League International, so that was a really nice surprise. I noticed Star Wars Legends Omnis and Tales of the Jedi New Republic 2 have no update when they're being shipped from Amazon. Did I miss something? Were they delayed? They are delayed until 2024. I think I shared on our social media what the new release dates are for those books. But yeah, like a lot of the Marvel stuff, they were delayed until next year. I wish they would do Amazing Spider-Man by Tom DeFalco Omni, but Michelini Bagley Omnibus is really good news too. I'm sure we'll get that one time. These YouTubers must be like, boo, now DC changed their mind. They don't know what they want. Oh, I'm sure there's always negative news to spread, right? They don't have to just stick to that thing. I'm sure in 6 months time, that's going to be like DC's closing its doors. That Pat Teen Titans Young Justice, huge, dude. I love that stuff. Love it. What's up? Oh, thank you. I answered that one. Don't believe everything you hear, son. Yeah. I did see that the new Punisher, but it's not Frank, right? It's I don't want to spoil what happens in Jason Aaron's run. It's a different character. But like I said, we've seen that before. We've seen that with Punisher in the past during like Chuck Dixon's era, and where Punisher wasn't selling, so they had to they condense the titles and make it into one. So they had the Suicide Run where Frank. Oh man, that was a dark story. Anyone think Marvel wants to get rid of Punisher? Clearly has no idea how popular Punisher. Dude, Punisher merch stuff still sells, and I think he's gonna be in Daredevil, isn't he? The TV show. Oh gosh, please settle this for me. Difference between out of print and out of stock. Example, Spider-Man 2099. People say it's out of print. When is it going to back to stock soon? That makes no sense. Okay, so the way this works, and this is a really good question, is out of stock means that they can do a restock of the book if enough back orders are coming through. But between you and I and everybody watching, and I've shared this before, the back order system, that system is kind of busted and has been busted for years. So they really don't have a way unless things are just gone. Like they knew about Marvel Zombies ahead of time because not enough pre-orders came in, and it went out of print immediately or out of stock immediately, meaning Marvel already had plans for a restock. So a restock usually means that there is this little number right here. This is the ISBN number. ISBN number for book market and direct market are a little bit different, but it's the same number. A restock will have the exact same ISBN, meaning it will be back with the same cover, same spine, same everything, and the same ISBN. And that is usually filled by the distributor. Or I'm sorry, the publisher that's sent to the distributor. Out of print means that a book has been out of stock and the publishers have they don't have any plans to release it to do a restock of it. So that means it goes out of print. So usually about 2-3 years will go by and they may do a reprint. A reprint meaning that it's been out of print, the book will have a new ISBN number. And the price could change. Case in point, out of print, 0 Hour, DC 0 Hour. When that book came out, it had a different ISBN. The price was $150. New ISBN for the reprint that's coming out in 2024, and the price of that is $175. So I know it's a little confusing, but you get used to it. And then sometimes, things go out of print, and holy crap, DC out of nowhere does a stealth restock with the same ISBN. Like, I'm talking 3 years sometimes. Usually it's big books, though. They hardly ever do trade paperback reprints. What's up, Omar? Would you rank your love for the main slasher franchises? Elm Street, my rank, like from my favorite to least favorite? Sure, man. I grew up watching this stuff, so this is the stuff that I love. Man, I'm a big Halloween guy. That's my favorite one. Probably followed by Elm Street. But then even the sequels get a little bit silly. I don't care. Jason X still kicks it though, man. I love Jason X. It's so ridiculous when he goes to space. But yeah, I would put that. Halloween, then Nightmare, then Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Chucky, and then Scream. Hoping to see Matt, my X or Webb in the future. Me too. I'm hoping that Peter gets a little bit of time. That might be in afternoon, evenings. I love you, dude. Thank you so much. I had to pick it up when I was in, Japan. I'm a big Tezuka guy. Hey, all you minties. The new 52 Batman has amazing art as well. Oh, Greg Capullo. You can't go wrong with that dude. 6 out of 10. That's right, baby. That's right. Genesis Fell comes out later this year. That was delayed a little bit, but not until next, not like the others. Good morning, Omar, driving home from Connecticut. I'm in the passenger seat. Good man. I'm finally read all the available Black Sad graphic novels, and man, those were amazing. What other European books do you enjoy? Too many. A lot of them being printed by Humanoids. They're building their own Incal universe now, which has been freaking killer. Oh, they're so good. But have you read Miss Tree? It's published by Titan, but I know it's not. It's from the UK, but not really. I guess that's European, right? That's excellent if you like that crime noir type of feel to your stories. Anything from the Johto-verse, man, like Incal. Oh my gosh, you can't go wrong with that stuff. And Son of the Gun. Yeah, way too many. I like the Peter Pan European book. That thing is beautiful. I need to do a hidden gems on that book. I'm excited for Wolverine Volume 5. I'm wondering how Marvel is going to handle issue 90 with all the pullouts. I know I want them to do a full pullout. I don't know. I'm curious too. That was the cover I suggested using. There's an Italian edition of Spectacular Spider-Man Omnibus by J.M. DeMatteis. Do you think there's any chance we'll end up in English soon? I don't know about soon. I know there's a Polish edition. One of my wonderful viewers sent my way too. It's up here. The Falco creator book doesn't make sense since you'd omit 286 to 295. They're tie-ins. Well, I think they're talking about the other DeFalco stuff that he wrote, right? You would jump around. I would love a DeFalco Fantastic Four and a Thor omnibus. And of course, my most wanted is Spider-Girl. Some new Justice League International. Yeah, International Volume 3 is in the catalog right now. No content yet. Isn't saying that those Marvel Star Wars books were delayed that much. Yep, they're just I think they're just wanting to make sure that there's no more Omnigeddon. Way, how are you, Gabriel? Omar, outside of Claremont and Hama, what are your top 3 Wolverine runs? And may I ask you again to do your top 20? Oh gosh, you did ask me that. I am so sorry. That's a really good idea. He's my favorite character too. There's a lot, man. There's a lot that I really love. Runs. Claremont's run was solid. Hama's run was solid. And honestly, no, that doesn't count because it's not really him. You can't go wrong with Barry Windsor Smith Weapon X though, but that's kind of cheating. That's its own little self-contained thing. I like when Fabian Iciesa came back to the book. That was really solid. Steve Scroce did a really good job too. But Blood Feud was only what 4-5 issues at most. Frank Terry doesn't get a lot of recognition for the stuff that he did, but he was towards the tail end. Greg Rucka's run is solid, very different. Him and I think I would have to go with Rucka and Rucka and Derek Robertson's run on Wolvie. That's one of my favorite runs. Can I show the spines of Immortal Hulk? Yes, as soon as Melanie gets here, I will. I only have the standard edition, though. I don't have the direct market yet. I'm just finishing Spider-Verse Omnibus and can't put it down. Do you mind that I watch this show on replay? No, not at all. Have at it. I am drinking what looks to be dirty mop water, but it's... What's my wife get me? I'm not a coffee drinker, so it has to be like something sweet with milk. Vanilla something. Favorite Ed Brubaker Sean Phillips story? Man, is the wrong answer Criminal, or is that the right answer? That's my answer, though. Criminal's great. But my personal favorite, dude, I love Kill or Be Killed. That's my favorite. So it's got everything that I love about their, when they work together. I wish they would wrap up the Incognito, though. That kind of left open, and I hope they come back to that world. But yeah, it's got to be Kill or Be Killed, followed right under that is Criminal, and then of course the Sleeper. Love Sleeper. Good morning, Omar. I have a big favor to ask. Next year is the 20th anniversary of Ultimate Fantastic Four. I'm sure Marvel has big plans. Could you please gently remind them? And sure, I will remind them. The Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus, Volume 4? Yeah. This is the one, I think, it's got like It May? Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, it's got, this is direct market, by the way. It's got Pete and Gwen. Oh, that's heartbreaking, especially when you know what happens here. Oh, that's good. I don't know what's in the standard edition, though. Now I have nothing back there. Okay, I'll put it back. All right, let me catch up. Melanie's not here. When are we going to see Bruce Jones Hulk Omni? Hopefully sometime soon, because that's a huge gap filler too. Marvel knows what they're doing. They've got it planned. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Dude, I've never been a fan of Scream. Scream. See, my issue with Scream is that I think it's good, but it's just tropey. It takes all the tropes that I liked about all the other movies. So what's the point, right? If I already enjoy those slasher flicks, it didn't really do anything new outside of here's a poster and one of these characters is going to die at the beginning. And then that became the Scream trope. I haven't even, people kept raving on about the last two Screams and I just thought they were okay. But then they raved on about the new Halloween and I thought they were awful. Omar, what was added to the new 0 Hour Omni? Well, Chris Balga and I actually were in a chat and we kept comparing page numbers. It seems like they made a mistake in the first whenever they announced the first omnibus, so it looks like it's the same material. Just from looking at it, and until I get my hands on it, I'm not 100% sure. Do you think they will release a color Walking Dead hardcover or trade? I heard they started reprint issue. They're cranking them out too, the color ones. I'm sure we'll get a hard. It's Walking Dead. That stuff sells. I'm sure it will come. I love Long Halloween, sells art in it, but Capullo was my favorite Batsuit design. Capullo is just amazing. I went on this Doggy Man's YouTube, bit strange, but I think he said that the Inhumans will be here soon, and they will do a whole box set. Sorry, Jess. Had to find a scapegoat. A box set of the Inhumans? Is this Geo? Did Geo tell you that? Freddy was so big with the kids in the 80s. They had kid bubble gum, NES games, toys, kits, merchandise, even Freddy Hotline, aim at older kids. And the most messed up thing is if you knew his origin story, why are kids even looking up to this dude, right? If you knew the origin story of Freddy Krueger, it's so messed up. I think they retconned it, because they wanted, it was so weird, right? Because as the movies kept going, he became more likable because of his puns. No word on Werewolf by Night reprint. Omar, are you going to keep up with the recent Hellfire Gala? Where are we going with this? Besides probably the end of it's the end, right? Because we're at the Fall of X. I know. I got to get with my buddy Ryan to come and film for me. Sucks when prices increase, but do those who get upset just not live in the real world with everyone else? Everything has increased. In my opinion, Marvel has done good keeping omnis at these prices. Yeah, I mean, everything goes up, man. You're right. It sucks. Like everything is going up, especially in the last 3 years. It's been nuts. I hope you're all doing well. Sorry for not being here for some time. I'm currently at my job and it is going really well. I'm happy to be here. Take care. Joey, it's always good to see you, buddy. We are still in Europe, Omar, just not the European Union. Aha, thank you for that, Hannah. Oh, I'm so behind on the chat. Hey, Omar, did you hear that Skybound announced that they're going to reprint Marvel and IDW Transformers? I can't comment on that. All I can say is people can announce things and nothing will come of it. But I think at the end of the day, I'm hoping to see that stuff collected by somebody. Absolutely. How would I map it? I actually mapped it already. It's in my top 10 every year, top 20 most wanted Marvel and DC Omnis. What is my favorite Iron Man story? The Crossing. Just kidding. It's not. Please don't kill me. No, I like the era of Bob Layton, John Romita Jr., David Michelinie. That's my favorite era. The original, I guess it's all called Armor Wars, I guess. That's my favorite story. But I'm also a big fan of the Extremis and Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, I love Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Omar, any guesses as to why the new Batman Eternal printing is 125 when 52 has less issues and is 125 and 175? I don't know, but then Zero Hour also has less issues and it's 175. I really don't know. I don't know what determines what goes up and what doesn't. Do you have any pull at Titan? I would like to see their books in OHC. Well, they're the ones that are publishing Conan the Barbarian, so you're going to be seeing some Omnis. I haven't gotten a review copy of it yet. Do I have any pull? I have contacts there. Will is a hell of a guy. He works over there at Titan. He's taking a paternity leave, though. He just had a baby, so big congrats to him. Just got in. My coffee maker chose this time to die on me. I'm so sorry. All-Star Squadron, huh? All-Star Squadron. That's awesome. Does the new Miles Morales spine say Volume 3? No, it says... Where is it? Do I have it? I have it somewhere, right? It's right behind me. It says Miles Morales Spider-Man by Saladin Ahmed. This is the direct market cover. Archie Goodwin Wolverine is my favorite. Byrne and Chaykin art. Really? Oh, man, people hated that era. I didn't mind it. La Bandera, baby. La Bandera. My internet connection issues are so annoying. It took me like 10 minutes to get back to the show, but I'm here. Hamza, I'm emailing you back today. Keep an eye out on your email, Buddy. Did I call you Butter? That's your nickname now, Butter. What's a better option? Avengers by Busiek or Spider-Man 2099? Dang, dude. That's a tough one. I'm going to go with Spidey 29. Oh, no. Avengers. Oh, gosh, dang it. Avengers, brother. Avengers by Busiek and Perez. Drink your milk, Omar. Does a buddy good? There's my baby. Good morning, Atit. How are you, buddy? Potentially waiting for AVP Omnibus announcement. Same here, brother. Same here. You're ideal for fantasy, Justice League, and Avengers rosters. Gosh, I think they've all been... All right, you know, man, like, it's going to be Night Thrasher, Speedball, Justice, Firestar, Silhouette. All the new Warriors have graduated and have become the new Avengers. And I don't mean Bendis' new Avengers. Okay, in all seriousness, I mean, Cap is the Avengers, even though he didn't appear until issue 4. But you got to have Cap.
Well, that's okay. It's just issue 4.
And I like my Cap, you know, Steve Rogers Cap.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with Bucky Cap. There's nothing wrong with Falcon Cap. There's nothing wrong with U.S. Agent Cap. I just like my... Oh, I haven't gotten that one or the super sticker, okay. I don't think. But I like my Cap as Steve Rogers. Welcome back, baby. Welcome to the chat. Captain America. Big fan of Scarlet Witch. Black Knight. Cersei. Got to have that love triangle in there. I wouldn't add Crystal. Maybe I'll have a love triangle this time around with Let's see who else. Who else do I like? Oh, dude, I love Sunspot. Gotta have Sunspot in there. And honestly, I would add Justice in that team. And let's make it a course. Let's just make it 7. Justice and Firestarter, though, let's keep them separated because we already have Sunspot. He's a big powerhouse of the team now.
Thank you, everybody, for saying hello. That's
And
how I'm smiling big.
Black Panther. Love when T'Challa's on the team just because him and Steve are at odds with each other with what they, their beliefs. All right, Justice League. Got to go with Superman. Wonder Woman. It's gonna sound so. Green Lantern would be Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner would be
Justice already Avengers.
Yes, they were. They were in Kurt Busiek's run. And who else? Vixen. I was a big fan of Vixen in that run of Brett Meltzer's. And Nightwing. No Batman. I'm gonna use Nightwing as a Justice League member. And let's see, Wonder Woman, Vixen, Superman, Green Arrow. No. I like the idea of Red Arrow graduating. So, yeah, we got to go. I'll go with the Red Arrow.
You're answering the hard-hitting questions.
This is a hard question. I'm serious because I think about this a lot.
Say hello to Race as well. Thank you.
And we got to have some newbie. We got to have Stargirl. There you go. Thank you, baby, for going back and getting the super. I got the super sticker, but this was from Mr. Text.
This one right here?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. So, Raphael, thank you so much for the super chat. And let me go up to here. Oh. There's Pingu. Let's start off with Pingu. Omar, good morning. Regarding Hush Omnibus, since the only new collected content is basically the Hush Returns, what's your opinions about that run?
I think I'm the only man that has ever said they enjoy Hush Returns. I really like that.
You also like Batman Year 2?
I also like Batman Year 2, though. And they're...
I can't... Okay, there you go.
Yeah, Batman Year 2 back there. So... It's also a follow-up to The Killing Joke, too. Like, they do something that they never go back. It's good. It's also
DBC
during that time.
All-Star set that is fun.
Okay, me and DBC All-Star cannot be trusted.
And Year 2 is also fun.
Okay, me and DBC All-Star are going to go get a beer and talk about how great these runs are. That sounds great, buddy. I know people didn't like it, and I understand why. It's a lot of hokiness to it. But I really like the threat of Black Mask and Hush teaming up, and it's all around the time that they're doing the War Games crossover too. So yeah, no Trinity, man, no Trinity, brother. I gotta go with Nightwing.
And
35 years of Venom in May. Weird to see not any Omnis, but we're getting new modern epic collections. Remember,
Purple Rain is reading Death and Return of Superman Omni. It starts soon. There should be 3 JLA squads, each led by a Trinity.
Oh, I can get down with that. I like that.
What do you think about the Savage Dragon Deluxe? And do you actually think they're going to go up to 15 to 20 volumes?
As long as Larson keeps putting it out, yeah. And I know the tone of the book changes. I know people that were like, oh, Omar, this becomes really, really bad adult material. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by adult material? And then they told me some of the things that happens, and I was like, what? I mean, I could kind of see it going that way with some of the things that he was doing. I don't know if y'all remember or not, but in the 90s, there were 2 versions of Savage Dragon. One that they could sell, and then one that they had to keep polybag because it had a lot of mature content. Usually it had to do with sexual content. And then there was that God issue, too, that one was censored and the other one wasn't, where God and Satan are fighting, and God delivers that very infamous line, and a lot of people.
Is this in Hush Returns?
No, this is in Savage Dragon. He's asking about Savage Dragon.
I went on to read the chat, and they're like, "Wait, what's he talking about?"
Good morning.
Are the rumors true that Skybound is printing Marvel Transformers G.I. Joe?
I can't comment. I can't as much as I want to. I just don't. There's a lot of things that are not concrete yet. Is all I can say. So wait until an official announcement. That's all I can say. But regardless, I think there's going to be some good stuff coming out.
Yeah, go watch Oppenheimer. When is the next master collection of Cobra getting an announcement?
I don't know. I've been waiting for it. I was a big fan of the volume 1. We only need, I think, 2 more volumes. Yes, to talk with God. What was the line? You can go and Google it. I ain't going to get canceled. Broke. Batman Year 1 is good. Woke. Batman Year 2 is great. Batman Year 3 is the best Batman story. Wait a minute, you call me woke because I like Batman Year 2? He's got a freaking gun on the cover. It should be the other way around, man. Year 3 is not really Batman Year 3, though. It's like Nightwing Year 1 or Robin Year 1. Although I do like it.
Saturday Morning fan said at Comic-Con they are planning to release Marvel Transformers. They said at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm. I can't say anything because nothing is official until it's signed. That's all I can say. But I'm sure great things are coming. Better X-Men run, Lobdell or Fraction? Which one? Oh. I'm not a fan of either. I'm not a fan of either. Lobdell's would be longer. Okay, no, I would rather have a Lobdell because that has the Joe Mad era in omnibus format. Yeah, absolutely. I once saw a hardcover of The Talk with God. The price was absurdly high. That explanation you just gave, Omar, might be the reason for that price. Yeah, there was one that went to not newsstands, but like that they could sell to not mature audiences, but I don't know if he still does that or not. August is going to be a good month for Spidey Omnis. My mother got me those Savage Dragon issues in a collected edition when I was a kid. I don't think she realized what was in it. No, they tend to be heavy-handed with that stuff. Good morning, Omni. Omar, when are the next epic announcements? I make an epic announcement every day, Graham. Oh, you mean Marvel epic announcements?
He makes an announcement. I have
it might be a while, but
awoken for the day. I have.
You must be a fan of Batman Year 2.
Going downstairs to eat. He always makes epic announcements.
I think it might be a couple of months, probably. Omar knows something he's not telling. Get him. No, don't get me, please.
Thank you for the super chat. What is your favorite movie of each of the slasher franchises? Halloween, Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Chucky, Texas Chainsaw, or Scream?
Okay, that's easy. Halloween, I love Halloween 1. That's my favorite one. But unlike a lot of other people that go with Halloween 2 or Halloween 3 because how different it is, and then that one gets hate too, I actually love Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. It's freaking excellent. People give it a lot of crud, but there was a more bloodier version. Like when he puts the thumb through the guy's forehead, there's a lot more like violent version of that out there. Elm Street, I gotta go with 3. Come on, baby, the Dream Warriors. The song alone, We're the Dream Warriors. Oh my god! Oh, dude, I'm gonna go watch that tonight. I love that movie. Friday the 13th. This one's a little bit hard because I really like 3. That's the one where he gets the iconic hockey mask. 1 is the right answer because that's the one with the twist at the end. But no one will ever say this, but 2 reasons. Yes, Duncan. 2 reasons for Friday the 13th part 7. Number 1, you ain't ever seen a slasher flick where the main character fights a telekinetic. Like the girl has telekinesis. What? That's crazy. 2, Susan Blue's in that movie. Who's Susan Blue? She is the voice actress of RC from Transformers, the animated series. And what else does she do?
No.
What else does she do? What else is she famous for doing? This is one of the few live roles she ever had, live action roles. But she's a voice. She oversees voice acting now for animated films. So
okay, are you going to say what she does?
Yes, she oversees voice acting.
What was her live? Oh, I get it. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. So Chucky, I got to go with the first one. Although part 2, I have a soft spot in my heart for. Texas Chainsaw, the right answer is the original. Like the original first one is so creepy and weird. And Scream, I got to go with the original too. Was that it? Yep, that's it. Thank you, man. Those are great questions.
Do you know anything about Invincible Compendium hardcover 3?
Nothing yet. But I'm sure that will come. I know they're releasing the library editions, the big slipcase editions. Those are coming back to print.
Let's see. Have you heard anything about DC's Unwrapped Edition line? Is it on the extended hiatus or has it been canceled?
Right now it's on hiatus. I haven't heard an official cancellation of that one.
Is that the new Batman Detective Omni behind you?
No. That one doesn't come out until the second week of the month. Until the second week of the month. Yeah.
Would you recommend getting it?
The Tomasi one? I wouldn't recommend getting it if you haven't read the... I would recommend Batman and Robin by Tomasi first. It's not a bad run, but I think you would benefit by reading something like Batman and Robin first, or even Batman Detective Comics by Tiny Onion.
R0, thank you so much for the super chat. A dilemma, Omar.
Oh no!
My cheap Amazon bookshelf is giving out with a bend in the middle where my Omnis are. So I've been recommended to replace them with IKEA Kallax for that, as well as maybe Manga. Thoughts?
This is an IKEA Kallax. I love these. I get the biggest one available. They come in different sizes. They're the cubes. They're wonderful. They're cheap. Walmart has a version of this too. If you live next to a Walmart, or they do free delivery, because IKEA unfortunately charges for delivery. So if you are getting things delivered from IKEA, get with a buddy that also needs bookcases, or just get it. Make sure it's get your money's worth, because you're gonna. I think it's like $150 flat rate of delivery.
We're not going to New York Comic Con this year.
I like the Billies, man. I love the Billies from Manga. Billies from Manga and soft covers.
Omar, as David and Marvel are aware of the binding issues for the Omnibus, will there be a restock or resolution? Feels like deja vu of the original. DBC All-Star, thank you for super chat.
No, somebody brought it up last week, and I asked if anybody has issues, please send me pictures, because I haven't seen anybody complain. There was one guy on my Patreon that said, have you heard of anything about Zombie or the Marvel's Omnibus new printing? And I said no, because I haven't seen it in my comments. But somebody said that they have it. It was on Reddit that they saw it. But when I said, yeah, absolutely, I'll be happy to share with them, but I can't share with them like, what was I going to say? I can't share with them if it's just like, 2 or 3 people that are having the issue. Unlike the Quad Pro books that I shared with them, that printing, and they actually did something about that. Like, I have to have proof. I can't just send an email.
There have been pictures on Reddit, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay. But how many people? Like, I need pictures sent to me. I can't just say, hey, go to this Reddit website. You know what I'm saying? I'd be more than happy to let them know, but I have nobody. When I ask people to email me, I didn't get a single email about that. So if you can reach out to them and ask them to email me, I'll be happy to forward that over to Marvel and see what's going on with quality control. But I really need it to be, more than like 2 or 3 people, because I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I think 2 or 3 folks complained about it on Reddit, and the whole sub made it into the whole print has the issue. Yeah, and I feel like that's what happens a lot of time. Now, if it was like 10 people on the comment section of my video going, yo, man, my copy's messed up, then I would definitely reach out back to them and ask them to email me some pics, and I'd forward that over. But I haven't heard a single peep, man. I'm not sure if it's more issues from the iMac printer. I just want people to be happy with their purchases.
And you're a great guy. Thank you, DB.
Oh, yeah.
Star.
And the gentleman that brought it up last week, he wasn't trying to be negative either. He was just saying that this might be something going on.
Let's see. JLA Omni Volume 3 will be a good gap filler for Power Girl content.
I'm shocked they're actually doing it.
Good morning. Why is Batman the Cult still out of print? Is it as good as I remember it?
I haven't read it in years, but from what I remember, I really liked it. Ooh, IKEA charges $80. I thought it was $150 now.
Yeah, that's what
for delivery without a set date. I think it's almost doubled that for an exact time. Oh, I can wait.
I was wondering, any chance of Spider-Man First Omni being reprinted and Annihilation Conquest? Love the channel, Hermano. Keep it up. Oh, thanks.
Hermano, who's this Hermano guy? That was an Arrested Development quote. Oh
wait, and look, DBC All Star said the same thing.
Thank you. Hermano.
All Star saying it.
Job and Tobias are the best characters in Arrested Development. I'm surprised they didn't do another printing of Spider-Gwen, but honestly, the way they've been doing reprints, they've been following what we vote for, which is phenomenal, with the exception of Captain America, I think, Volume 1. It's an illusion, Michael. Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, I love the first 3 seasons.
Yes, Alpha's back.
Yes, I heard.
You guys, today on Ryan Riddle's channel, Maximum
Overload. Oh wait, that's a movie.
Commercials with Alf, parodies, but kind of commercials, and also the episodes, but not the full episodes. I'm still a little bit confused. But it's streaming on platforms that aren't very mainstream. Maximum effort? What's it called, guys?
Maximum effort, baby.
Okay, thank you. There we go. I've made a big mistake.
I made a little big mistake.
Jack, thank you for the super chat.
Feliz Día de Independencia, Viva Peru, carajo! Is it today, brother? Is today July 29th? Where I gotta text my dad.
Celebrating with Alf.
Yeah, that's exactly what every
Alf
Peruvian wants to do.
Jack.
It's what every Peruvian wants to do.
Oh.
At Near Mint Condition, will there be an updated Amazing Spider-Man reading order? Yes, I'm gonna get my buddy Aaron to help me with that. I need to finish my Transformers reading order. Every time I try to dive into those, because I'm rereading them and I want to do the reading order justice, I'm like, please, somebody make an official announcement so I can tell people where to get these books because they're out of print. It's a mess.
Okay, so the Alf commercials are out. Let's see. Any thoughts about Magnetic Press's new Kickstarter campaign about Osamu Tezuka?
Yeah, the project, I think it looks really cool. I actually want to talk to them. They reached out to me to do a video, and I'd be happy to promote the stuff. But because of the nightmare that was the DMP Osamu Tezuka Kickstarter, I want to assure viewers that, these books are already made. These are coming out for sure. You're not just going to end up with digital files, or you're not going to lose your money. Yeah. So, but I need to have a sit down with them. Alf commercial played before the stream started. No, it wasn't. Shut up. Did it really? God bless America.
But Amanda, do you guys asking? Do you guys like the '90s Gargoyles anime series? I didn't really watch it, but you did.
Loved it.
And as you're mentioning about Dynamite, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Dynamite's got the comic run going for Gargoyles.
The first hardcover comes out this month. I hope to get an early copy of it.
Time flies.
Dude, it's so good. Dude, go to Always an Instigator. I didn't know you liked that run. Absolutely, buddy. And I'll put on our social media if I'm interviewing those, when I get to interview those people behind the project. I'm so excited and surprised about DC doing a Messner-Loebs Flash Omni. Yeah, it's called Messner-Loebs and LaRocque, who was the artist at the time. But what's really weird, and I'm sure you noticed this, and this could just be a placeholder, is that they're using the Mike Baron issue #1 as the cover, which Messner-Loebs didn't start writing that Flash run until issue 14 or 15. So I don't know if they're including the Mike Baron run or if they're going to do what they did with the Grant Morrison and Mark Miller run on Flash and give it a deluxe treatment. So very interesting. Your reading order videos are amazing replay value. Just for your information, I just watched the X-Men one last week and the Superman one like 2 days ago. I thought about putting them together and releasing them as one video too. I may do that. Thank you, Hamza.
What about Jeff Lemire? Is there
what about him?
Can you recommend some of your favorite collections from him?
Oh God, yeah.
But I feel like I've only read like 2.
Macebook? You read Macebook?
Macebook. And what else?
Did you read Underwater Welder?
No,
Essex County?
Maybe I only read one.
Sweet Tooth?
No, I didn't read Sweet Tooth either.
Wow.
I can't recommend it. Macebook, it's a very
beautiful,
touching story, and it doesn't take long at all to read.
It'll rip your heart out and stomp on it. Like, I don't think it hit you the same way it hit me. And I wonder if that's because it's a father with his daughter, losing his daughter. You think it might have something to do with that?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. When you ask, like,
maybe the art
has he made a bad book?
The art is just not.
Lemire's not my favorite artist.
It's not like it got on my nerves or anything. Like, it wasn't like in the way, but maybe I didn't like really get into it because of the art. But then at the same time, that's just one book.
Right.
If I've read like 10, then I suppose I could make a hypothesis.
All right. I'm gonna tell
scientific method.
I'm gonna tell you his worst book, though.
What's his worst book?
Worst book. Extraordinary X-Men. That is the worst book he, I think, has worked on.
Oh wait, that's just what I can't.
It's absolutely yes. Now, I think a lot of that though has to do with editorial, right? Like their editorial saying, okay, you got to use these characters, you got to make sure they tie it into this Apocalypse crossover, and I think not every writer can do that. Like, seriously, not every writer. Look at Ed Brew. I love Ed Brubaker, but his freaking Deadly Genesis. No, like, oh, I hated that story. Rise and Fall of the Shi'ar Empire was pretty solid, but then after that, were like the story with Hepzibah and yeah, his run on X-Men was pretty forgettable outside of like Rise and Fall of the Empire. But even Lemire's like, and I'm not saying like Lemire can't write a superhero comic because he did like Justice League Dark and he did Animal Man, and those were solid. I think it's just something about X-Men too. Omar, in your video, you mentioned Ghost Spider's Gwen's second Omni, but this would make 3. So what is the reading order? Gracias, hermano. I did? Hold on. How's there 3? There's only 2, right? Why is this quiet? There's Spider-Gwen and then Ghost Spider. That's it. Did I miss one? Or are you talking about Spider-Geddon and Spider-Verse? Explain yourself, Rising Phoenix Railroad.
And in the meantime, Daryl Smith, thank you for the
super chat, brother.
Have you heard anything about DC doing any special reprints of George Perez's works? I'm surprised there hasn't been much.
No, I'm surprised there hasn't been either. Like, no absolute. Outside of the Wonder Woman book, they haven't done anything special for George. And that really surprises me because they could have continued the Wonder Woman run. I mean, they could have done War of the Gods in absolute format. They could have done they could do Judah's Contract in Absolute Edition, which is one of my most wanted. Yeah, man, I haven't heard a single peep. Okay, maybe he means Gwen. Oh, Gwenpool. Gwenpool has nothing to do with Spider-Gwen. It's a different character. Gwenpool started as a joke, just being a cover, and then
people liked her. So
yeah, and then it became a comic.
Will we get a restock or reprint of Uncanny X-Men Omni 4 soon?
Didn't we just get one? Didn't we just get one? Oh God, no, that was 3. We got 1 and 3. I'm sure that will come because they'll have to do it with the new spine. Favorite Dracula and Frankenstein movie?
Thank you for the super chat.
I got to go with Lugosi's Dracula. Still one the
and
best.
That's what you're reading.
Well, yeah, I finished reading it a while back. But
okay.
It's wonder.
Oh
my God, that is definitely top 10 favorite reads this year. Is Lugosi. That book is so good. Frankenstein's a little tougher though. No, because I'm trying to think of the movie. Well, Bride of Frankenstein was solid too. No, you know what? I'm going to stick with what I said before. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. That's the one. That's still a solid. That's still a solid movie.
Thoughts on Aaron's Avengers? Just getting into it. It feels a bit light, but also digging some of the John's
JSA vibes. Yeah, you can tell. Like, he's having a lot of fun with those characters. I think it got a lot of hate.
Alex was saying that he thought it was boring.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of the retcons, though. That's my main issue. Like, leave the Phoenix alone, Aaron. What are you doing?
Gabriel, you love the Abbott Costello, or you love Abbott Costello.
Yeah, Abbott Costello's great. Still stands. So, it definitely has its ups, but it has a lot of downs. I really like this, the whole Heroes Reborn crossover. I thought that was really cool. That was really good. But oh no, the things he was doing with the Fist of Khonshu and the whole Moon Knight thing, I didn't dig that, or the things he was doing with, oh gosh, the Phoenix again. But it's like I like half of it, and then the other half he keeps going back to these BC Avengers that I cannot stand. That to me is one of the worst retcons for Avengers. No, we don't need caveman Avengers. Like, that's just silly. No, maybe that's the fun he's having.
Good morning, Melanie and Omar. Since I've read 20th Century Boys, have you thought of seeing the live action movies? I thought they're surprisingly enjoyable.
Maddie loves them.
Oh, she does? I don't. I'm usually disappointed. So no, I didn't think about it. Yeah.
You like the live action Kenshin?
Yeah.
Well, solid.
That's true. But I don't know. But also, I'm really picky with movies.
That she is.
I guess so. My answer is I love the story so much. I I don't want to put effort into into watching it. Does that make sense? I like how it is. I don't want another version. Yeah, that makes sense. Logic.
So you are really excited for the One Piece live action?
No.
It's gonna be fun to review that with Amanda because she has not seen nor read One Piece. So
I'm on volume 7.
She's going in completely blind, and I'm coming at it from both angles, seeing the anime and read the manga.
I never watched the anime either.
We watched this. You watched season 1 with me and the girls.
Was I doing something else at the same time? Was I looking out the window?
You were looking out the window, I'm sure. Not just for Omar, but I've heard Dr. Aphra takes a huge nosedive after 1. True, didn't love the first Omni. I'm also not a fan of volume 2 of the volume 2 writers. It's not as good. No. It's what I like about the first one, right? And for anybody that hasn't read Dr. Aphra is not like Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. She is Dr. Indiana Jones adventure. No, because when you hear the word doctor, you immediately think
I don't immediately think Dr. Quinn.
You don't think of Indiana Jones when you hear Dr. Well, I do, because Dr. Jones. Give me the stone. Anyway. So she is like an archaeologist, and she's a freaking badass. I love her character.
Meaning that she's not a medical doctor.
She's not a medical.
Okay, I was like, nobody thinks of Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
I'm sorry, you aren't cultured enough to watch Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, which is a phenomenal, underrated show. But she's an adventurer. She goes on all these weird hijinks, and I think Gillen did such a really good job. But when you get to Alyssa Wong's run, it's like less adventures and more like manga type of it, shoujo manga, more like a love story. And don't get me wrong, there's some good moments, but it's just not as fun. Maybe that's what's missing, is the fun elements, the freaking psycho killer droids that she traveled with. Like Black Chrysanthemum's not even in the freaking word. No, he does show up. There's some good things in there, but it's just not as fun as the first volume.
While you were in Japan, you skipped the trade of Fantastic Four by North. Well, when will you review that wonderful series?
Dude, I really like that first volume, but I also like the first volume of Dan Slott's Fantastic Four run. So, dang it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not an archaeologist.
That you just sold?
Yeah.
Sold me on?
Yeah, if you like that type of story, go for it. Yeah, check out the first one and definitely check out the second one. Can you show the Saladin Ahmed Spiles?
Spiles Morales.
Yeah, this is the Saladin Ahmed Miles Morales, or otherwise known as Volume 3 of the Miles Morales series.
I love that cover. I love the back too.
Yeah, it's really interesting that in the standard edition, this is the direct market one.
Look at that font.
It's in your face.
Awesome.
The standard edition one, he's unmasked.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's really strange that they went that route. Now everybody knows.
All right, Mega Shrimpster had a Halloween costume from Dr. Quinn.
That's what's up. See, man, that's what's up, Mega Shrimpster. Oh, that's okay. That's wicked. Oh, it's what's this? It's. Never mind. This is part of the story in here. That's underneath there. Unstoppable Bar is here.
Have you read Poison Ivy yet?
I haven't. I haven't even ordered it yet. I'm gonna order it. Don't go buy it for me. I told you I'd buy it and I'd read it. You said it's the greatest Poison Ivy ever.
That's what I said. Well, Spider-Man, I read the first trade and I loved it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I haven't read any more, and
you should stop.
Yeah, that's what I hear people say. That's not that good.
I got one word for you, Paul.
Paul. Oh, that's his roommate, right?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh,
that's the guy that Mary Jane's. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm with
that first volume.
I'm with Melanie. I really like the first volume. I'm like, oh, what happened 6 months ago? What's going on? Volume 2 was okay, but by the time you got to the third volume, and honestly, I actually liked Dark Web. I thought Dark Web was stupid fun, and sometimes you just need that in a crossover.
Stupid fun. I was flipping through the Black Cat Mary Jane trade.
That was good. I like that.
I suppose I kind of did.
Mary Jane's got.
I kept flipping through.
Mary Jane's got powers.
Yeah.
Man.
How did that happen?
I'm not gonna. That's a spoiler.
It's okay.
But yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, and then I was like, okay, I can figure out where the story's going.
It took a dive, and it just. I don't know. Like, I really hope that it comes back.
What are your opinions on Mark Gruenwald. I really enjoy any of his Cap issues I've been able to get my hands on. Still want to read Squadron Supreme one day, though.
I'd leave this up for a second.
Okay.
2 things. Number 1, my favorite Captain America run is by Mark Gruenwald. We're getting the Omnibus editions next year. And I'm very, very, very happy about that. That's my most wanted Captain America Omni. I will be interviewing his widow on Monday at 6 p.m. to talk about the legacy of Mark Gruenwald and what he meant to a lot of us at the time, you know.
It was really nice listening to her talk at the panel when we went to New York,
the bullpen?
New York Comic Con last year. Yeah, heard some really great stories. So definitely tune in or watch the replay. Monday, what's the schedule?
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So because you'll hear some great stories about him.
Yeah.
And about what she's, been doing as well. So
I think, he has a whole legacy about him. And it's weird to think about Mark, because I remember when he passed away, like I thought, wow, because I had left comics when he passed away, but I was in class, and I don't know how it was that I saw an article that Mark Gruenwald had passed away. And it wasn't that anybody had comics or Wizard magazines in there. And I was like, what? And it hit me like I had just lost a friend, or not a friend, but more like an uncle, somebody that was taking care of. Like, I always thought of Mark as an older gentleman. And it's weird to think about now. I'm older than Mark was when he passed away unexpectedly of a heart attack. Yeah.
And Mark is saying that this should be a great interview.
Yeah.
Marvel continuity was never the same after Mark died. He really kept things in line.
No, he was a stickler for that. And there's a reason why the character Mobius is based on him, right? The timeline guy, the guy that's played by Owen Wilson in the Loki series, has Mark's mustache and everything. That's based on Mark Gruenwald.
Oh, that's awesome.
That came out of the comics. The character.
Oh. Sebastian bought Coda because of your overview. Loved it. Would never have known about it if it wasn't for you. So thank you.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. I really love pushing these lesser known books. That's been one of my favorite ones for years, and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And Carl, you've convinced Carl to finally purchase both of Hickman's FF and Avengers runs.
I'm gonna convince you to purchase Secret Warriors too, because it's so good, man. It's so good.
We're the Dream Warriors.
Where is that? We were singing that earlier.
New Warriors. I just thought I'd bring
I
it
still
back.
feel
Bring
the
it
loss
back.
of Stan Lee every day. It's weird, like I know these people live on in their stories, but it's also weird just to think about how big of a part of our lives these people were. Right? Wait, so since you're actually planning on picking up Ivy, I need to
if a new book, no, ma'am. Can't bully him into it.
You gonna bully me?
Harass him into it.
That's how people get canceled, Bar.
There is a new Coda book.
A mini series coming out. Okay. Well, if you've read it, you know that it leaves it open for more. Like, you know that he leaves
Hey,
it open.
Mandalorian.
What's up, my brother? How are you? Happy Saturday, Omni and fellow comic book community peeps.
And gotta run to work, but good luck on stream. Have a great day.
Thank you. Don't forget to smash that like button on your way out, please. That means a lot to us here on the channel.
So Dream Warriors and Secret Warriors are better than New Warriors.
Who said that? What is wrong with Black? Why is he
Warrior
picking
guys,
fights?
how can we read Mark Gruenwald's Cap series? I know it was released in Epic Collections, but is there an omnibus? Yes.
There is an
there will
omnibus
be.
coming out next year. Right now, the only way to read them is in Epic Collections. I think they're almost all out. We just need one more to wrap up his run. That's crazy. The Omnis will be out next year, though. So if you can be patient. Go for it. No, Omar gently caresses that like button. Thank you so much, my brother. Sean, how are you, my dude?
Is there an Omni reprint, not X-Men, Wolverine, or Spidey, that sold really well and surprised Marvel?
I mean, it's not fair because it's Ultimate
question.
Spider-Man 2099
Yeah, so that's
will be
Spidey. Yeah, you
surprised.
can't do that. You can't do X-Men. You can't do Wolverine.
And a reprint, something that's been gone for a while. Oh, that's not X-Men. I'm trying to think. In the last few years, I mean, Avengers by Hickman. Yeah, Fantastic Four and Avengers by Hickman. Holy crud, those things were gone. They did an immediate restock. So you all voted for those. You all made that happen.
And if you happen to be in the mood to buy a comic,
And you live in Europe?
check out Walt's Comic Shop.
High
done.
five.
Okay, well, let's not go patting ourselves on the back yet. You
In
gotta do the whole
Berlin,
thing.
Germany. They have flat shipping rates of 12 euros for all EU countries, bulletproof packaging, and emails answered within 24 hours. That's waltzcomicshop.com. And if you type in the code near mint condition, all one word, you get free shipping, all EU countries with your first order of over 40 euros. So that's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe.
Well, that's beautiful, baby. Beautiful.
Thank you to Blas for reminding me. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Blas.
Everyone's always
still-
good at reminding us.
You're still dead to me for saying that Secret Warrior is better than New Warriors, though. I don't know about that.
Jerry says you sold me when it was volume 3.
Oh,
When you said it was volume 3.
Mm. Cha-ching.
Ching.
Do you remember the cha-ching commercials from the 90s?
I do.
Yep. She-Hulk Burn is gone. Dan Slott for a second printing, though. Yeah, She-Hulk Burn, I think, is the last remaining COVID variant. Y'all remember those? The flat spines? When the world was ending and people were like, oh my gosh, if I could go back to that time before the Spinegate conspiracy. Flat spines were nothing compared to the Spinegates, the mini spines. Yeah, I think She-Hulk is the last one of the flat spines, right? That hasn't been reprinted.
Sean DeSook, so is it like you brush your teeth and then like
You hear a ting?
after you spit, ding, and it's like, oh gosh, that's an ugly smile. I was like,
What is that?
I don't know. I cracked myself up. Anyway, you would smile, and it's like,
Yeah,
That's
you
a sparkle.
didn't just crack yourself. You lost it. What the heck's going on, Melanie? With rumors heating up that Apple may acquire Disney, I'd be curious how you think that would affect the Marvel Comics. Apple TV has much better shows than Disney. Maybe they could fix Star Wars and MCU. I have no thoughts, honestly. I never like when businesses like Apple or... Look, I will say that Disney and Marvel actually make sense as a partnership.
because then
But-
you can have Disney characters on Marvel comic covers.
Well, what never made
The
sense
only
to
reason-
me
no, I'm
was
just
AT&T and DC Comics. Like that, like they're so disconnected from each other. They don't know. I mean, and it's not like Marvel was forced to do anything, forced to make comics. I mean, they were still running the same way, business as usual, unless somebody steps in and says, well, how about we do it this way? It's not like anybody really stepped in and said, how about we do it this way? It just kind of gave them the means of like, oh, well, now we have, such this set amount to do these kind of collections. I don't know what would change, honestly. You're right. Probably the movies and TV shows might change direction. So who knows? I really don't know. And honestly, it's not like everybody across the board feels the same way about MCU and Star Wars. I know several people that love Star Wars and Disney era of Star Wars, and several kids, my daughter's ages, this is their only Star Wars they've ever known, and they don't want to go back and watch the old stuff. And I get it. Not every kid is wired that way. But also the MCU, I know several people that still love it. I haven't never mind.
If we still get a Captain Marvel Volume 2, that would contain the death of Captain Marvel, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
That would end with that graphic novel, which if you've never read it is beautiful.
Good morning. Any chance of reviewing Batman reading order with available collected editions? Unfortunately, most books from existing reading order isn't available.
You mean you want me to remake the reading order with available books?
I think
That's really hard to do because in 2 years' time, some of those books will be out of print. So I guess I could constantly re-edit them, but then I would have to add books. I don't know how I would do that. Like it's really difficult because when I make those, like I do it just so people can go for the hunt, right? I do it for just like there are people that are like, oh, no matter what, I am just going to find these books, even though I have to go through third-party markets. So that's why I do everything, trade paperbacks and big books, even though some of them have been out of print for like 10 years. But I always tell people that, like, hey, this book is long out of print.
Is Rom a rom-com?
Yes, it is.
It is false advertising.
buy-
Rom is not a rom-com.
Buy all 4 covers, Bart. You'll love it. It's better than Harley Quinn and what else does she like? Poison Ivy. It's better than that.
So this person's agreeing. I know it's very hard. Again, books may get out of print.
Yeah, not only out of print, but then sometimes they get restocked, and then immediately my video goes, my video goes almost obsolete if books go out of print, though, right? If I say this book is in print, and then the following year 4 books are out of print, then my video just becomes outdated. So that's
Has
very
the next
difficult.
reading order been selected?
Not yet, because I need to wrap up Transformers. I was giving it another week, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it and start filming it.
James, I was just thinking about Elsa the other day. You're saying since it's been a while since you last interviewed her, Elsa Charretier. Have you thought about asking her to return? Honestly, I haven't. So thanks for the idea. You guys, oh, she's so awesome. Oh, she's such a great artist and storyteller, and she just seems like such a great person and inspirational.
Oh, and how are you, buddy? It's the first stream I've been able to catch live in a while. Omar, I'm going to ask James where you live. See this as a threat. What, you're going to come and invite yourself?
Rahul, I did it. I did it 6 minutes ago, but thank you.
You better bring your own beer. What's the rarest Omni book in your collection? Oh. Whew. I don't know. I own a lot of manga that is out of print. Yeah, we missed the new Studio Ghibli out in Japan. I really wanted to be there when that came out. I don't know. I think it's the hardcover of Usagi Yojimbo, probably. But they reprinted that, which is right. Everything gets reprinted. Probably some of the older books, probably some of the Mage slipcases I have. Those type of books. Yeah. Because, in like 5 years' time, that book might get reprinted, and then something else in my collection will be out of print. The Fables oversized hardcovers are out of print right now. A lot of these oversized hardcovers from DC are out of print. Yeah. Some of my Super Laugh Hearts sent me these amazing connecting covers to deluxe editions of Batman, Bruce Wayne Murderer, and Batman Fugitive. Freaking awesome, man. And those are out of print and near impossible to find, even on third-party markets. Thank you for the super chat, AC Figure Arts. Are you a figure arts collector? Because I am too. Are you gonna get the Berserk ones? I got all the Dragon Ball Z ones, bro.
Man, when we were in Japan, they had Griffith's horse, which is gorgeous, but they didn't have Griffith.
Because Griffith was at freaking San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes, that's us. When we're in Japan at the figure art store, that he's not there.
I was like, I went all the way to Japan to see the figure arts of Guts and
So
Griffith, and they took Griffith to San Diego Comic-Con, but they left his horse. His horse is beautiful, by the way. What are your thoughts on Snyder's Justice League run? It's okay. We did get Starro out of that, so that's cool. And will there be an Omni? I'm sure there will be an Omnibus. And I hope they include the No Justice miniseries. Also, can you explain the Hush Saga Omnibus coming out? Yeah. So the Hush Saga Omnibus focuses just on the character of Hush. It's not like it's a chronological order of appearances just with that character. So it starts off with Jeff Loeb's story, the 12 issues with the new little mini pages, right? The ones that say to be continued. Those will be included in there. It will also have the Heart of Hush storyline, which is phenomenal, Paul Dini's. But before that, it has the Hush Return story. So the Hush Return, you look so cute, by the way. The Hush Return story is one that went through the Gotham Knights and has never been collected outside of one trade paperback. That one trade paperback didn't contain the whole story, though. So you just got half of the story. And like I said, it's also a follow-up to the Killing Joke. Now, the big thing is, though, if you own Hush in deluxe edition or an absolute edition, and you own the Paul Dini Omnibus, half of the stuff you're going to be double dipping in. And is it worth it for people? You A, really have to like Batman, and you collect every Batman Omnibus. B, you really like the character of Hush. And hopefully this opens the door for DC to be like, well, we could do the same thing with Raj Al Ghul, Raj Al Ghul, Ras Al Ghul, or my favorite Batman villain, or a Joker Omnibus, which they've done a Joker Omnibus, but like a modern Omnibus. But keep in mind, this is something that was planned 4 years ago, and then it got out of the catalog, canceled, and it became the Paul Dini Omnibus. So, have you run out of giveaway space?
Yes.
For now, yes.
It is.
Our next giveaway
so
will be
generous. Thank you. We're out of space.
Reinhardt, how are you? Where you been, man? Our next giveaway will be when we hit 90K. That's what we have decided. So 90,000, and we'll do another giveaway to every wonderful person out there. Anybody that's that subscribed to the channel can
do a giveaway where tons of people have a chance to win. Not every person gets a book.
Oh God, yes.
You started wording that. You're like a giveaway.
It's a contest. It's a contest. I wish I could give away things to everybody, but that's just not the way.
Lionheart's asking if you know anything about Aphrodite 9 from Image.
It's out.
Spawn, Hardcovers, Slipcase 1/6, and the latest Captain America Omni came in today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Aphrodite's out now, even though they did not do a good job promoting that book.
How do you pronounce Roz's name, Omar? Well, apparently I said Roz. I grew up on the Arkham game, so I always pronounce it Rage.
Rage Al Ghul. That's from the animated series. Is Rage Al Ghul too? That's the way that I've done it.
Man, but Final Fantasy 10. It's to me. Well, you never hear his name, but it's Titus. I can't do Titus. It's in my head. It's
Meg Ryan to me.
It's fine.
Titus will always be Meg Ryan. So it really depends on how you grew up. Like Dennis O'Neil, who created the character, of course. I think he was Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul is the way he pronounced it. And then the actual word, right? And that's a different pronunciation. That's always been a debate with comic book fans, is how do you properly pronounce that character's name? Two best YouTuber comic ads are Melanie's Walt's Comic Shop and just as fabulous customer service Javi's packaging. Bulletproof
I like
packaging.
the way he says it. And yet, Tapsale should be down for Strong Guy Omni. And yes, Bar, I did see your important cake comment. I made a face.
We talking about Gwen Stacy cake?
Of like, because no.
You talking about Gwen Stacy? Mexican Gwen Stacy's cake?
Omar was talking.
We talking about real cake?
Her mom burned the cake, so she can't say. Wait. She can't call me the flavor of the cake. But you didn't ask the question. Well, I'll go ahead and answer the question. I'm reading this week Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. It's
Brando Sando.
Yeah. Wait, in One Piece. But I haven't read any American comics this week. So yeah, I'm starting to get into it because and this isn't a spoiler.
I love the world building. Like that ruined
I thought
world
it was
building.
only fantasy, but I was like, oh, maybe it's not only fantasy. I'm only like 10 chapters in. But anyway, I was like, oh, maybe is there a little sci-fi in here?
Yeah.
I like sci-fi.
It's so like that's like any comic creator, anybody that has ever wanted to make it into comics and want to do your own world building, Oda has ruined it for us. Because that's just the perfect way to world build. You're like, oh, well, the One Piece, they're searching for it. We're just gonna go to little different islands, and then they're like, oh no, wait, this is the whole world. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, wait a minute, we've only explored this much of the world.
I'm not like pushing myself like, oh, I need to read every single volume. I just see what happens.
But the world
I'm enjoying myself right now.
Isn't flat. So you have like this side of the world you haven't even explored, and you're like, oh my gosh.
What? I just reread this morning. The Sanji's backstory.
That's a good
one. I love that backstory.
That's a good one. I actually liked what's her name? Boa's backstory too. I think that's my favorite one.
I don't remember Boa's.
But far, like I said, a lot of moments that made me tear up.
Like I remember, I'm remembering the stuff, so it's nice.
What's up, my quarter Irish? How are you, brother?
Let's see. Thank you for the super chat. Does the Punisher Max Omni Volume 1 include Welcome Back, Frank, or is that a different Omni? Welcome back,
no, sir.
Connor.
That. It's not Connor, it's Cotter.
Welcome back, Cotter. I don't even know what the show is about. Is it a teacher?
Oh my gosh, yes. Anyway, Mike, good to see you, buddy. So, no, that is in the Marvel Knights Punisher. So Garth Ennis first wrote Marvel Knights. The first 12 issues was a mini-series that we're testing the waters with, and that's what's known as Welcome Back, Frank. And then it went on to an ongoing series. The Max series is the more adult line where you got a lot more mainly violence and language is what it's really the adult 18 plus type of stories. It's solid. But that Marvel Knights Punisher has been printed twice. This is the first time the Max series has been reprinted. So I think that one got voted in our top 20. I want to say the Marvel Knights one, maybe it made it the top 25. So maybe one day that will get reprinted.
The Royal infield interceptor looks really nice. I think I'd hurt my back bending over those. Oh my god!
You know about a motorcycle?
Yeah, that's
Who told you to get that?
Ellen. Ellen.
Google
I'm sorry, I'm
Royal
mispronouncing your
Enfield
name.
Interceptor and get one. You told my wife to get a
nice.
motorcycle.
Well, because last week I said I wanted one.
What Bela Lugosi book are
Thank
you
you for
reading?
the super
It's
chat.
the Humanoids Lugosi, The Rise and
Oh, wait,
Fall
I
of
already used that
Hollywood's
one. I used that
Dracula.
one. There we go.
It's done by Corinne Shadmi, the same gentleman that did the Twilight Man book, which is excellent too, by the way. So that's definitely one of my favorite books this year that I've read. So it's a graphic novel. I'm sorry.
Are you right? Are you ready to think? Are
No,
you ready to think?
no, Doc Holliday.
Okay, Doc Holliday, thank you so much.
Oh
for
my
the
God,
super
look at that
chat.
gif. I forgot about that gif. All right.
Choose 5 Flash stories that were important in DC and why. Human Race, Rogue War, Terminal Velocity, Death of Virus West, Blitz, Born to Run, The Flash of Two Worlds, The Return of Barry Allen, and Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'm sure Crisis on Infinite Earths will be one, right? Correct?
Yeah, you're a
Perhaps
monster,
the
dude.
Return of Barry Allen, correct?
Oh God. Okay,
That'd be boring.
to do this without spoilers is going to be a little tricky. Gotta get ready. All right, let's do this. All right, out of 5 of these. Oh my God, just 5. Okay. Born to Run. That is the true origin story of Barry Allen. I know people from the Silver Age will argue with
So
me
they
that
read
it's
it.
not the true origin, but that is year 1 Barry Allen, so I got to go with Born to Run. Flash of Two Worlds is the most important comic for a lot of people because it is the first official crossover between the Golden Age and Silver Age. Even though Barry Allen was reading about the adventures of Jay Garrick, it just opened the door to we wouldn't have Spider-Verse if not for Flash of Two Worlds. And I know how people feel about is that the school calling me? Let's see if you're getting a call from the school, baby. We wouldn't have the Flash movie, despite how people feel about that. We wouldn't have the multiverse if not for Flash of Two Worlds. So that's why. Jeez, there's so many good ones here. I got to go with Rogue War. No, The Return of Barry Allen. The Return of Barry Allen it's the big turning point in the Mark Waid run of Flash. If you get to The Return of Barry Allen and you're still not liking The Flash by Mark Waid, that will not be for you. Because that to me is top tier storytelling. There's you will never be Barry Allen is one of my favorite lines out of any comic book. Oh my God, that brings that's a really beautiful story because Wally looked up to Barry. That was his hero. That was his family. And when he died, so I got to go with Crisis on Infinite Earths. It shook him to the core, and then for him to become the Flash, yeah, absolutely. Got to go with Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's the big, holy crap, epic storytelling. The worlds are ending and we still have to have heroes. So, yeah. Okay. But the last one. Blitz. Blitz is, to me, the magnum opus of Jeff Johns' run on the Flash. That was it. It never got better than that to me. And I'm sure it's a lot different for other people too. Other people will be like, "Oh, Rogue War, the Rogue War is superior. Flash Rebirth is superior." No, dude, Blitz. That twist in Blitz. Because no, that's a spoiler. I can't say that.
The Return of Barry Allen. Adam's asking if it got you.
Oh, he got me. Yeah, when I was a kid, it got me. That's why I said that line that you will never be a Barry Allen. Oh, that gets me every time. Oh, it's so good. But the Blitz, the profile. Oh, if you know what I'm talking about and you've read it, oh, dang, I love comics.
Doc, holidays.
That's a good question, brother.
Yeah. Thank you. When is Punisher going to get new epic collections? I get not being able to do the blackface, but it's been years.
Okay, but it's not just blackface. His whole body turned into an African-American character. Oh, that was the Chuck Dixon era. That was Punisher, to go into hiding.
I remember. I remember you talking about it.
But Jim, hear me out. in Thunderbolts, without going into spoilers, the same thing happened to one of the characters. The same thing happened to one of the characters where he turned into an African-American character. So it's not like they're shying away from stories like that because it's in there, right? So I think we'll get those. I think we'll get those.
Great explanations. Never.
Except for the 6 out of 10 occult
Ripsart just read the top 10 compendium. Wasn't familiar with it yet, but it was awesome. Thanks also for your overview of that compendium. That's why I bought it in the first place.
Oh my gosh, if you've never read it, it's so not like other Alan Moore stories, right? And that beautiful Gene Ha artwork. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you. I'm going to pronounce
Yeah.
your last name, McGrath. Thank you for the super chat. What is your favorite novel, and is there any aspect of novel you prefer to comics? Good question.
I made this comparison when Amanda and I were reviewing Oppenheimer. Yeah, maybe I did it before then. No, it was when we did this live stream. Gosh, I forget about these. So I make so many videos every day. But I said, I wonder if there was a moment where, like, when music videos first started coming out, people frowned upon them because they were like, "No, it's don't you get me canceled, Max Appleman."
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You're like, it wasn't just
I'm not defending it. I'm just telling you what the story was. Trying to get me canceled. I'm about to curse here in a second.
Oh man,
What the heck was I saying?
I don't know.
Oh, I said, I wonder if there was ever a point where people were like looking at comics and frowning upon them, going, "That's not literature because you're taking away what is real." Like, you know, when it comes to like music, when you listen to music, you imagine things in your head about a certain, you know, song. But when music videos came out, people frowned upon them. They're like, "No, the idea of music is to build this imagination in your head, play out this song in your head, daydream." You making a music video is taking that away from people. And I wonder if people frowned upon comics, you know, at the big, especially in the 30s when they were coming out. And that's why maybe it's still to this day, we have this whole stigma about comics are for children. But as far as me, favorite book of all time, it's always The Answer, and that is The Giving Tree. Giving Tree teaches.
I gave you a copy.
You did. And you wrote me the most beautiful note on there.
What'd I write?
I'm not going to say. That's for me. But well, then it's definitely just for me then.
I need to go and reread it.
The Giving Tree just teaches you every lesson there is to learn about humanity. I love it. It's perfect. Probably up there, Pride Drain Chronicles. It's one of my other favorites. No, I wasn't familiar with top 10. Here in the Netherlands, it's not popular comics. So I'm very happy with all the videos you guys make. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I'm so glad.
Not likes The Giving Tree.
Oh, Giving Tree is beautiful.
Let's see. Question: how do non-members of your family, friends, etc., think and say about your comic book toy collections when they see them? This also goes out to the chat. Estate agents, workmen, police, and many more.
How do members of my family? Like,
no, non-members of your family and friends, etc., like people. Okay, like Kyle coming in to measure the room, right?
He'll go, "Wow, that's a lot of stuff."
He said, "Yeah, that not."
Yo, man,
most people have physical media collections.
I think my favorite story I've shared is a year ago when we moved. The movers that put in the shelves, they were so high. They came in here and they were like, "What's in those?" And I said, "Those are comic book collections." And they were like,
somebody thought they were dictionaries.
Yeah, they were like, "You collect dictionaries?"
Or encyclopedias.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I gave them dudes a big tip too because they were working hard. But they were like, "Are those?" Yeah, that's what he said. "Are those dictionaries?" And I'm like, "No, does anybody really collect dictionaries?"
Maybe, sure, yeah, like.
You know what? I bet
yes,
I bet the dictionary
because
collectors
different editions
have a bigger viewers than I do. So I said, "No, there are comics in here," and the guy was just like, There's comic books inside of those books." And I'm like, I swear. And he was like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, I opened them up. And like these three guys were like, "Yo, that's a comic book, man. They got it inside of this book." And I'm like, "No, it's collected edition." And it was the most awesomest conversation. I was like, "Well, I wish I was as happy as you dudes are right now." So we started talking about like all the different comics when they
Look
grew
at all
up.
those
They're like they got the death of Superman. I'm like, they got the death of, so I pull out my big omnibus. They're like, yo, man, they killed Superman. This is it, man. Superman, like he's trying to explain to the other guy that didn't read comics. This is what like Superman dead. Like he never came back. And I didn't want to be that guy that was like, actually, and do that. I was like, that man was so happy telling that other dude about this book. I'm gonna let it fly. You go ahead and tell him that Superman was dead, and he stayed dead.
How long did he stay dead?
About a year or so before.
I mean, that's a good amount of time. So
yeah, because we had the reign of Superman. Well, I mean, it depends, right? If the sales had gone up, then Superman would have been dead. When the sales started tanking, DC's like, hey, hold on a second. Maybe Superman's people don't really die. Maybe that's an Earth thing. Yeah, that's one of my favorite stories to share, man. I love people coming in here.
Yeah.
No one noticed my collection, but goes nuts over original art. Guy last night was freaking out over what I was drawing. That's cool, man. And that's your art. That's your art, baby. Good thing tracking down more Vertigo, having held off for years to see if the Savat Heartworks ever got an English language edition. Bad thing, my Vertigo shelf isn't big enough. Get a bigger shelf.
Do you think we'll get, or they'll do an Omni for Jeff Johns' Superman era?
Yeah. I think it's the only Jeff Johns that has not been collected.
Yep. I love the smell of our encyclopedia set. It was so old. When I was a kid,
Encyclopedia or the dictionary?
No, encyclopedia.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we did have a dictionary too, but I looked through the encyclopedias.
Michael Torney, I pulled out a copy of Death of Superman for each person. I got No, I've given them all away. Except for my last copy that I got.
You got a good question. What are your 3 biggest holy crap moments in comics?
That's a great question. That's also, it's hard to talk about these without going into spoilers, right? Because I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. But there are a lot. Like, I'm not gonna, maybe because it's fresh on the mind, but still Blitz. Holy crap. What? That was a big shocker, man. Recently I just read Secret Warriors, and there's a big Nick Fury moment in there where he was like, where his old Howling Commando buddy's like, you're going to go in there, you're going to kill your friends? What did he say? It was like, don't you feel anything about that? Like, what are you going to feel when you put a bullet through your friend's head? And Fury does the most badass thing. He's like, recoil. He's holding a gun. I was like, whoa, Fury. That's edgy.
Berserk. But to be fair,
Berserk.
I didn't read. I watched the movies first, but I'll count it because I have a horrible memory and I can't remember the twists that surprised me. The holy crap moments.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, that's a good. That might be a top 10. Like, whoa, video. He never died. He just went into Kryptonian healing coma. Yeah, I didn't want to be that guy. Actually, because then that would have led into another hour conversation of Kryptonian healing comas. What's up, man? How are you doing?
Thank you for the super chat.
Hey, Omni, I'm going to head to my local comic book store in a bit.
What's a random thing I should pick up? They have a bunch of trades, hardcovers, thinking of black, white, and red. No, redder. What's blood? Black, white, and blood? What are they called?
They're right up there.
I know,
it's black, white, and blood. Good job.
Because you just got the...
Oh, man, out of those, they're all solid. But I think my favorite one, well, Moon Knight is solid. Moon Knight has some of the best ones in there out of those treasury editions. I was going to say get some Alf Pogs, since you said what random thing should I pick up?
Josh said Coda.
Coda's great. Go and pick that up. That's great.
Yeah, I hope you find something fun. It's funny how people perceive comics with children.
Yeah.
There was a gentleman I used to work with.
Oh, I like that guy.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm not going to badmouth him. Like, he was retired, but he worked part time, like working with students. I'm a high school teacher who had a difficulty reading, and one day he was like, "I don't see how you like those darn," but he didn't say darn, comics. Just laughed. I was like, why? What's wrong with them?
He's very old school.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, you don't know the stories that are in these books. Oh my gosh. And stuff like that. He's like, We had him over for dinner one time. Wow, way before we had a huge collection, huh? He's a great guy. He's a very caring guy. He just did not like comic books.
Oh, I have several.
And I thought it was funny.
I have several. My coworkers, I remember being shocked that I collected comics, just because, you know, in the real world, in the business world out there. I never really brought it up unless we were talking about movies or something like that, because there was not really a single person I ever connected with over this stuff. So whenever I'd have a party and I'd invite some of my work buddies, I'd be like, hey, you want to go to the basement? They go to the basement. They're like, holy crap. I had no idea you collected comics. Yeah. Been waiting months for my Red Sonja Black, White, and Red signed edition. Those should be shipping out this month or in August.
That's what I was going to ask you when you were done. Oh, what about in a novel?
Oh, still the greatest.
The Given Tree?
No.
You're going to say the Given Tree at the end?
The Red Wedding and the Song of Ice and Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Book 3.
But I watched the show before.
Yeah.
I read it.
I just, anybody that had read the book before the episode came out, like we were watching with a group of friends and I was just waiting. I remember throwing the book down because I was so mad because I liked the character. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I liked the character. And I was like, dang. Oh, I was so mad, man. That was a big what the heck. Because I read the books after season 1 ended, so I already knew about, what was going to happen to one of the characters from season 1. So that definitely would have been a what the heck just happened moment. My Omni collection is growing continuously. My first Cap Omni and Hulk are coming in any time now. Which Cap Omni and which Hulk Omni did you go with? Just out of curiosity.
And Roguish type saying thanks for the update.
You're welcome,
and
buddy.
Thanks, James, for asking about the NMC Patreon schedule for next week. I heard you're having a book club about the Flintstones Deluxe Edition, which we are. It's tomorrow. We have a monthly book club meeting. And
what time is that?
That's what let me pull up my calendar. I'll send out a Zoom invite tomorrow on that tier. It's the $7.77 tier. 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be talking about Flintstones by Mark Russell and dang nabbit. It's right there. I'm gonna go get it.
Pugh. Stephen Pugh.
It's such good, heartfelt satire. Oh, it's good.
I discovered a few months ago that one of my coworkers, a huge video game collector, said he and his wife are expanding their house to include a third room dedicated to them. I had no idea. Right, you never know until you.
Yeah, you never know.
Like,
I don't have anything else to add.
No, I mean, I'm not saying everybody, and it's not like I was ashamed of comics. It's just it never came up. For me, it has to come up naturally. Even when we were talking about Marvel movies or DC movies, that's what they wanted to talk about. They never wanted to talk about like the source material or anything like that. Softcover Omar, if you could erase 5 big events from existence as if they never happened, which would they be? Also, Melanie, you look stunning today. Your hair is incredible.
Oh, well, thank you. And
my first marriage. That would definitely be one.
Wait.
Oh, you mean comic book events? We don't need to be more specific, Bar. No, let me tell you something. I shouldn't have said that because that was a lesson, and I think it made me who I am today. I think it made me appreciate things more that I have in life. So it needed all the bad things I've been through just help make me who I am. All right, but in comics,
I like
what would I
Carl
risk?
Sagan parody character. I think he's
that character's awesome.
He's one of my favorites.
That's the Doomsday.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. All right, here we go.
Mr. Slate.
I'm gonna say a lot that probably most people would agree with. One More Day. One More Day. The Identity Crisis. Trial of Gambit. Oh, Trial of Gambit. It was awful. That was a bad retcon.
Bar's like, don't make me cry. It's comic books.
Avengers versus X-Men, that whole ridiculous, the coming of the what? No, the Phoenix Force doesn't work like that. It's not like, oh, it's coming. Dude, if the Phoenix Force wanted to come to Earth, it'd be like, there, we learned that from the Dark Phoenix saga. Come on. Do your homework, people.
Onslaught? Did you say that?
No, because I have to stick the... So there's 4 so far.
Not quite sure. Okay.
And last one, if I could erase just horrible things happening. Oh my gosh.
Trial of Gambit wasn't a big event. Adam says it doesn't count.
Okay, fine.
Kyle the Mighty said get rid of year 2.
Fine.
Or is year 2
Onslaught.
not an event?
Onslaught. Fine. Onslaught was an event. There you go.
Oh, and Trial of Gambit's got some brutal good artwork.
Yeah, it was Joe Mad. It was just a stupid, bad story. Like horrible story. New Warriors in Civil War. That was it.
Oh, look, he just said it.
New War. Yep.
That says New Warriors.
I would get. You know what? Civil War as an event itself was so dumb too. I'd get rid of that story. Yeah, I know people love it. I know.
Kyle doesn't hate it.
Oh, good.
Child Gambit trades going for crazy eBay prices.
I'm sure it is.
What about the Hulk Annual 99?
I don't remember. Annual 99. What was that? Was that the Joe Casey one? Heroes in Crisis. I don't like Identity Crisis even more, so that's why I went with that one.
Oh, I raced the death of Uncle Ben, so Peter can continue wrestling. That will really sell.
That's the stupidest answer.
There are lots of wrestler fans. I remember you did a Dan Jurgens Captain America Omni overview, and you mentioned Nick Fury was on a hiatus, but he came back. Where was he?
He was in hiding. He did something bad. He did something bad.
Whoa, that was an easy question, dog.
He was in hiding where the heroes and the
did you
and
say
the government?
Sins Past? Did you say Sins Past? You said
one more day. I mean, Sins Past is another good one too. That's
another good one to delete.
Delete from history, yeah.
Spidey versus the Undertaker. Okay, Hulk
Bones.
Annual 99 scrolls caused the birth of the
Hulk. God, yes. What a stupid idea. Oh, there were so many dumb retcons in
Does
comics.
0 Hour Omni have good mapping, or should Carlos just go with a trade paperback?
I want to say the tie-ins are kind of in there. I did an overview if we want to check it out. It's from the original printing from 3 or 4 years ago. But I want to say it's pretty good mapping. Heroes in Crisis was an insult to my IQ. Wow.
Remember when events were only in that year's annual?
I do. Or events were only X-Men centric or Spider-Man centric.
Argus Type say One More Day is still one of the big ones that's not retconned or reversed, since past was fortunately retconned.
It was, well, yes, I don't want to say when. The Omnis I ordered were Captain America by Nick Spencer, Incredible Hulk Volume 1. So you went with the classic Hulk, huh? That's cool.
Oh, Daniel Warren Johnson doing a What If. Peter Parker continued his wrestling career miniseries. That's
okay, that would be a good one.
That
would be a good one.
A good choice for the comic creator. Let's see. Dr. Doom having a full messed up face. I like the idea of a small scar.
Yeah, that was the big division between Kirby and Lee. Jack said he wanted the full grotesque face, and maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it was Jack that said. One of them was like, I think I like the idea that he's such a perfectionist that a small scar would be seen to him as something horrible that he has to hide his face from the rest of the world.
I guess that makes it more unique. Axel saying, I take the best stories, the good ones. If writers wouldn't try out things, everything would be stale and boring.
Absolutely. Right? Without things like She Lies with Angels, you wouldn't appreciate things like From the Ashes, right? Is there a chance Fraction or Remender writing again for Marvel? Any chance on DC? I'm sure there's always a chance. I mean, look, you got Greg Capullo coming to do, what is it, Wolverine, I think he's doing. You've got J. Michael Straczynski coming back to Captain America. There's always a chance of that stuff.
Let's see. Josh is saying that was Kirby.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
Didn't burn, compromised to say the explosion caused a small scar, but he got his mask put on hot, so it fully disfigured him.
Yeah, that was a burn thing.
Okay. Owen, because Hamza, thank you, Toby, pronounced Owen, thank you for the super chat. Omar, has anyone that you know changed their mind about comics when they read one from your collection or read one just in general?
Change their mind like, ooh, this is not for me, or change their mind?
Oh, well, I suppose. Maybe. I would assume that.
Or the good changing their mind.
Maybe.
Well, Amanda and Maddie both got into comics because they were fans of the movies, and then I suggested things and let them borrow things, and here we are years later. They're doing old reader, new reader with me, and Amanda and both Maddie read comics on their own, so it's wonderful. So the movies are there for that reason, right? Like, at least from the publisher's perspective.
Go ahead and read this.
My thoughts on Jeff Johns' Hawkman. It's good. It's really good, especially that crossover with JSA. It's one of my favorite crossovers. Has some wonderful moments. Surprised that one hasn't come back to print, considering the Mousetrap binding it had, the first printing.
Doc, thank you for that super chat.
So I was saying fraction. Yeah, fraction.
There's a fraction of a chance.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah.
All right. So Kyle says Lionheart's brother is very wrong. Because Lionheart's brother...
My older brother and I were talking the other day, and he said DC should retcon the death of Bruce's parents to the Joker committing the crime. I disagree with him. What is your opinion? Didn't they do that in Batman the movie? And I hated that. Tim Burton. I'm talking about Tim.
Tell your brother Kyle the Mighty that disagrees as well.
No, I think I like it just being some average guy. It doesn't have to be a supervillain. I agree with you, Lionheart. I'm not saying your brother is any... is dumb. I'm just saying that no, they did that with the movie and it added nothing, absolutely nothing, except you ever dance with the devil in a pale moon? What does that even mean, Jack Nicholson? All these people who now go bankrupt buying comics put down on the forums, it's Omar's fault. Yes, I will take that. That is a tax.
Ryan, this took me forever.
I don't see the basic ones to choose from.
How
no
do
DC
I get
or
these
Marvel.
gifts?
Yeah, you get this.
Like, because there aren't that many to choose from, and so like,
well, they also limit the amount that you can use of like megabytes.
So I just Google gifts and I go through and then I save it and then I see, oh, can I upload it to StreamYard? Is it? I don't want any that are too flashy because I've got those before and I don't want to cause seizures or too annoying.
Thank you for that.
And I try to get things that aren't like just the main two, but there aren't that many, at least from how I search for them that I can find. So here in like a couple of weeks, I think I'll switch them back out to my other stock of gifts. So I tried my best.
I'm not even sure if I like knowing that Joe Chill was the one that did it. Honestly, I kind of wish Bruce just never found out who did it, because honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. I think so too. That's not the important thing, right? The important thing is the aftermath of what happens, like how he deals with it. I swear to God, I've come across it's Omar's fault on Reddit. It happened just last week. Like a divorce or like a car crash.
I ran to the pole. It's Omar's fault.
I crashed my bike.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. My friend refuses to read anything DC related and says most are predictable to you. You have, and I suggest that might change his mind.
Yeah, tell him to read Flash Blitz. Predictable. Get out of here with that garbage.
I really like Mr. Miracle by Tom King and Mitch Gerard's. Like, if you don't read DC, like it's not like because you don't have to know the history of Mr. Miracle and Darkseid and such, like, and Beard Barda. Like, it's explaining the story. So that's my suggestion.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? It is an amazing line, though. The best use of that line was by Peter David in his Wolverine run, where somebody has like Wolverine, I think, is the one that delivers that line, and somebody goes, "What does that mean?" And he's like, "I don't know. I heard it in a movie. It's ridiculous." Something.
Does Ronan, the Accuser from Guardians of the Galaxy, have any comics? Can you recommend?
Huge
fan of him in the film.
He's a little bit different in the comics than he is in the film. If you want to see the best use of him in years, it is Simon Furman, the same gentleman that did Transformer comics. He wrote a miniseries that ties into the Annihilation big event. So yes, Annihilation. Go with Annihilation.
Any announcements this week? I've been enjoying the ones we have. Holding out for more Star Wars Omnis.
No, I think it's going to be a couple of weeks before I announce anything else. They're still trying to figure, because it's crazy now. You know, we're looking at July of 2024, and the next set of announcements will be August to December of 2024, and then we can look at January. That's insane. Omar, I'm still trying to get to the top of the mountain at your comic book store.
That was a good idea.
You like that? You like that idea?
That was a good idea.
Yeah, man. That's mature only. Mature only. Thank you. You were so welcome, Ryan. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here, buddy.
That Mr. Tex bought a Tifa Lockhart statue from Sideshow.
What'd she look like?
I want to look that up.
I'm a big fan of Tifa. Did I show you the fan art of Tifa and Cloud that people were sending my way? Because they were like, "Hey, Melanie likes Tifa and Cloud, right?" Yeah, it's mature content. It's top of the mountain content.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Omar, I know you've read every book you do an overview on, but when it's a book with stories you've read repeatedly, like Uncanny 5, I reprint them. Oh, I save time and don't reread them. I skim through them. Like, I've read all the Ghost Spider stuff before outside of the Web Warriors. So with things like that, I kind of skim through the first few pages. reminding this old brain what happened, and then I read the Web Warrior series, which is only
it's
12
the
issues.
dress. I like exotic dress version.
Hope you got the exotic one.
Yeah.
Best copy that is more known than the original: GoBots and Transformers, Filmation Ghostbusters and Real Ghostbusters, Submariner and Aquaman, Green Arrow and Hawkeye, Darkseid and Thanos. Best copy that is known more than the original one. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Transformers is known more than the GoBots. The Real Ghostbusters is known more than Filmations. Aquaman and Submariner, I think more people probably still know Aquaman, even though Submariner came first. Green Arrow and Hawkeye, I think more people probably know Green Arrow than Hawkeye. I don't know. Then again, we do have a whole movie franchise and a TV show. Wait, no, so did the Green Arrow. But he hasn't been in the movies yet.
Blue dress. Oh, you got the blue dress. Okay.
Okay. I blame Omar hitting my head. Yep. Yes, it was Jen Bartel that drew the explicit Tifa and Cloud. She's a huge Tifa fan. Matthew sent me this amazing. Matthew, I know I emailed you. I just want to make sure. Is it okay if I show it? It's this beautiful, and I mean beautiful Dazzler. Is it cool if I show it on the stream? Matthew, if you're not following him, Matthew Mangy has his own social media. You should definitely follow him on Twitter and Instagram. And oh my gosh, it's so good. His artwork is beautiful. And he did a picture of Dazzler. And if it's cool with him, I'd like to share it with you all. And did he say okay? Did he say okay? Absolutely. Annihilation. Okay. You know what, Matthew? It's too good not to share. So I'm just going to share it. Okay. Here's his Dazzler. So there we go. Go for it. Okay, good. Look at that. That's so good, dude. Your art is just getting better and better, brother. Back.
Okay, there are a lot
better and better, brother.
I don't know which particular.
Beautiful. So good.
I like the colors in the back.
Yeah, he did a Makoto one a couple of weeks ago. He shared on his social media. It's solid, man. Thank you for sending it our way. Yeah.
Jack, thank you for the super chat.
No.
Have all Usagi Ojima hardcovers been reprinted?
No, just volume 1 has been reprinted. They've all been reprinted as soft covers, though. Or, no, wait. 8 has just been recently reprinted. Legends is coming out as a new printing in softcover, but just 1 in hardcover. Omar, have you seen Spider-Man 2 Collector's Edition figure with Miles and Peter fighting Venom for Spider-Man 2 PS5? And yes, I have. That looks beautiful. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Omar, the Spectre versus Ghost Rider, who wins? Also, thoughts on John Ostrander's Spectre, my favorite horror comic of all time. You have some good taste. I love John Ostrander's Spectre so much. I have 2 custom Omnis of his run on Spectre. I'm surprised we don't have that. Is it, was it Mandrake on artwork, I think? Yeah. I love it. It's good. As far as who would win, oh my goodness. It's a hard one. Hellblazer Gun, Johnny Blaze. That's who would win.
The skates were a nice touch.
Of course. They are. And everybody should follow him on social media. He's great.
When are you going to announce the Bruce Jones Hulk Omni? It would go great with all the amazing announcements recently. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Are you leaving? You're not going to get an answer. I have no idea. Maybe one day we'll get it. That was some dazzling art.
Do you know if the Silver Age Captain Marvel Omni sold well? I'm curious to know if Volume 2 may come in the next few years.
Oh, that's not even up for pre-order yet. So when it comes up for pre-order is when they'll decide how well the numbers did. That comes up for pre-order, I think, next month. Was the thing that happened at the end of Doomsday Clock mentioned or continued in other books? Just a little bit in 3 Jokers, but no, nobody else has. I mean, they did their own thing with Death Metal and they did their own thing with Death Metal.
Daniel Warren Johnson's doing Transformers?
How do you not know this? We've talked about this a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so Eric, this is probably old news, not to me, but have you guys heard about the Image Hasbro universe? And which series are you most excited for?
Transformers with Daniel Warren Johnson is the right answer. It's like
tell me that next week, I'll be like, what? I'm a go fish.
Two of my favorite things, 2 of my favorite worlds colliding. Absolutely, man. I'm so excited for that. Omar, did you say what next week's schedule is? No, I haven't. So let's see here. Tomorrow is going to be my top 11 books for the month of August. And I think I'm going to try to sneak in the Doctor Strange Treasury Edition book. And then Monday, I've got 3
It's right
videos.
here.
I've got first, top of the morning is Secret Warriors reprint, then Ghost Spider or Spider-Gwen Volume 2, and then the interview with Mark Gruenwald's wonderful wife. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. Tuesday's the trade paperbacks, and then old reader, new reader. Wednesday, I'm going to try to do Hidden Gems. Going to try. Thursday will be an overview of some humanoid books, and then Friday, I believe that's when I'm doing some of the Dark Horse books that have come out recently. So that's the schedule so far. I'm getting my first omnibus, and it will be the Doctor Doom omnibus.
Man, you're so happy with that.
I love that book. Your videos have helped me get into comics. Oh, thank you, and I hope you enjoy it. Oh yes, and Friday will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Reels Talk at 8 p.m. live. And I think Amanda wants to do a video on Wednesday. It comes out next week. I think Amanda wants to do it. Wasn't really that bad on Wednesday evening. I don't know. I think we're gonna go, because of Ninja Turtles, we're gonna put up the worst rated Ninja Turtle movies, which I'm sure is the Bay Ninja Turtles and probably Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Omar.
Thank you, Jack Perry, for the super chat. JL Dark versus Midnight Suns. Who wins?
Y'all have the tough questions this weekend, man. Ooh.
Griff Arts is happy for the
Hidden Gems. Thank you. I love doing those. I had to skip last month because, we just come back from Japan. It was really hard to catch up with everything. Okay, it's not fair though. I mean, the Justice League Dark has a better team, but I love a lot of the stories in the Midnight Suns. I gotta go with the Justice League Dark. Have Satana. Looking forward to that interview. Thank you so much, brother.
So good question, Jack. All right, Eric needs help with the next purchase.
All right, I got
Teen
you.
Titans Volume 1,
I got
Captain America Lives, or Daredevil by Miller.
Wow, those are some good ones. Daredevil, Miller, and Jansen. If you've never read it, you're in for a treat. Then followed by New Teen Titans, Volume 1,
NTT.
And then Captain America Lives. They're all great stories, but I gotta go with that one.
So, did you say, were there going to be any announcements this week?
No, that will be in a couple of weeks. Probably 3 weeks.
D.H. McAdams never seen a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. How's that possible?
Oh, you need to get on that. There's some good ones.
Do you like the IP?
Oh, yeah.
I like the first one. The first one's a good movie.
Secret of the Ooze is great. Go Ninja, go. Come on now, Super Shredder.
Oh, yeah, no, it is. It's a good movie, too. Just finished reading Preacher. Wow, especially since I'm from Texas. What should I read next similar to Preacher vibes?
Similar? Probably Scalped or something like 100 Bullets. Yeah, we put 100 Bullets up there. What's the other one I was saying? Hellblazer by Garth Ennis, seriously. Also, tomorrow we are streaming the movie Wizard on the NMC Discord. Join the Patreon and see some internet. That's a classic one.
The $5 tier gives you access to Discord.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Thanks to our moderators and the moderators for here on the channel. Thank you guys.
TMNT from 2007
it's a good
was
place
decent.
to hang out.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's the one with Sarah Michelle Gellar, right, as April O'Neil, and was it Mako that did Splinter's voice? I think that was the last thing he did before he passed away.
I want to go.
NMC. I think we're gonna go to Owensboro Con in October. I need to ask if we can get some press passes.
Jack, thank you for the super chat.
Uncanny Omar, talk pretty one day. I've been trying to. Let me tell you, it's difficult when you're married to an English teacher.
That's okay.
That's right out. Comic book. Hey, good find on that one. De nada, hermano.
Let's see. The comment page is send an email to you asking permission to share your videos on my blog, Facebook.
I'm sorry, I didn't get back to you.
As if you knew where to order Omnis in Canada as cheap graphic novels.
Yes, feel free to share them. And if you ever get an email from YouTube, copyright or whatever, let me know and I can remove that, because other people have asked me to share videos, and sometimes they get an email from YouTube saying this is copyrighted material that belongs to near mint condition. No, please share away, and if you have any issues, let me know. As far as cheap or Canada, cheap graphic novels, they do ship to Canada. It's just a little more expensive. So does In Stock Trades. Was Indigo is what Curtis uses, my buddy Curtis. You being married to an English teacher is exactly why you don't have an excuse, Omar. What does that mean, Bar? I live in Kentucky. Melanie, can you read Japanese?
No, so I did. I got the Ironhawk Jan mangas in Japanese. No, I did like 2.5 months of Duolingo before Japan. Just I would like to have recognized, some characters. I'm good. I quit.
Until the next time. We go back to Japan.
If we go back, then I'll be like, okay, let me at least memorize 5 things. But no, I can't. Actually, in college, I did sign up for a course in Japanese language course, and I think after the first definite, it wouldn't have been more than 2 classes. I dropped the course. I was like, nope, too much work, and I'm not that passionate enough to put that much work into it. So,
Norwolf, let's
okay. Well, there you
let's
go.
speed up, man. Matthew Mahey is asking if I announced the Shadowland Omnibus reprint. I did. Omar, I pre-ordered Ghost Rider statue from Sideshow. Ghost Rider is my top 5 favorite superhero. Well, you're in luck because there's only one omnibus with Ghost Rider, and it's coming back to print. I guess if you don't count Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Thank you, Lightheart, for the super
and
chat.
thank you for the super chat, my brother.
Well, yeah, give up in a week to watch anime without subs. Like I think it's a gorgeous language, and I like learning. It's a lot, and I don't have that much passion for it.
What manga do I think deserves box sets? What a freaking phenomenal question! Because I did want to do a video on my most wanted manga in deluxe hardcover edition, and my video on most wanted manga box sets.
So Morning Fan said Case Closed needs box set.
I would love to see something classic like Astro Boy, but see, Astro Boy to me, this might sound snooty, is such classic literature. Yes, it's outdated, and yes, you're going to see a lot of what's considered racial stereotypes in there too. Because of the time it was written, and they do put a warning sign though at the beginning, and I know some people don't like that. Astro Boy, yeah, Atom Boy, but I know a lot of people don't like the warning. These are products of their time. I don't care. Put as many as you want. You want to put a sticker on the front that says these are products of their time? Sure, just don't edit the book, because that's how we learn from our past.
That's a good question,
yeah.
Ruth.
So that's an excellent question. I may make a video about that though. Have you seen Rise of the Beast? I have. I have seen.
I
Rise
did
of the
not,
Beast.
and I'm glad. I
really
didn't.
hope they followed through with what they set up. Oh, what they set up at the end. Yeah, it was okay.
I did. Well, from what they told me when they came home, the girl saw it as well. His brothers. Let's see.
Amanda and I reviewed.
We're going to watch. Please, for the love of God, let this.
That's the name
work.
of the movie.
No, just.
Please, for the love of God.
The statement I'm about to make. We're going to watch Beast Wars.
Oh, Beast Wars. Yeah.
But I hope we don't forget. I hope it doesn't fall through. We're supposed to start watching Beast Wars with the girls. So
Beast Wars has some good stories.
Yeah.
Some really talented, right? I mean, a lot of comic writers, right? Dan Didio brought in a lot of comic talent.
Oh, Jack Berry, thank you for the super chat.
An English teacher that doesn't like Shakespeare.
You're gonna bring out Ray.
And a comic book fan that loves Year 2. That's right. We were just meant to be.
Somebody's asking earlier about, was it Eric? You were asking about a Shakespeare play.
How do you feel about Sandman?
And I don't.
He's
okay.
Midsummer Night's Dream. I love that story.
Yeah, that's a good story. Yeah, it's a good story.
Okay.
I'm honest. I don't know. It's just not my thing. It's just not my style of writing Shakespeare.
It's good.
Now, but teaching it like Romeo and Juliet. Oh, it's so boring and over the top dramatic, and
two teenagers in love is over the top dramatic, of course.
But it's really, there's some really good lines in there. Like once I start teaching it, I'm like, this is really pretty. Like this is
a lot of good.
This is some good stuff. But overall, now the '90s movie.
I hate
the because it gets to the point of how everybody was in love with the idea of being in love, and that's what drove this story. So let's make this movie over the top ridiculous with the cinematography and the freaking loud music and the screaming.
Is a poor man's Oliver Stone. I cannot stand any of his movies. That or what is the other one he did that everybody loves? The Moulin Rouge. Oh my gosh, no.
Well, see, I've never seen Moulin Rouge.
I'm not a fan of that guy's movies. I can't remember his name.
Get to the Nunnery. Hamlet '93. Hamlet has to be my favorite. And I suppose because he's depressed. take what you will with that. Take what this is about me, but I think Hamlet's my favorite. Bar, thank you for the super sticker. Where are you? Where are you? Hope YouTube let me wait. Hope YouTube let my super sticker question show.
Bar, you need to read better comics than Poison Ivy if that's the way you type.
Are you praying to YouTube?
What are you doing here?
Wait, thank you guys. Wait, okay, so you gotta. All right, I'm going to keep a lookout. Type it up, and I'll keep a lookout.
Bar, your sticker has a question.
Because Eric, right here, I was right.
Melanie, I was asking
Titus
what you think of Titus and
Andronicus. I don't even know. Quentin Tarantino ripoff. Shakespeare's Quentin Tarantino ripoff. I don't know anything about it. Oh no, a poor excuse for an English teacher.
Just see yourself out. Logan Wayne, be good, buddy.
So I don't know it.
Imagine how much better Romeo and Juliet would be if Bendis wrote the script. Well, Cody Summers is dead to me.
There is a manga adaptation collection of his plays.
Oh yeah, Udon is the one that publishes under a different label. They do the classic literature series. It's good. Actually, we should check it out. We should do an overview of that because there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, I see that. Like on
get to Ryan's question, my love.
Yeah, Bar, just type.
Omar, you think they will restock or do a reprint of Spider-Man 2099 as they've done others that sold out quickly? I'm gonna actually, they've been super busy, but I'm gonna send them an email to see if there's any chance of a restock. And Caden,
and I missed Matt's.
I just want to say happy birthday to you, dude. I know your birthday's in 3 days, but happy birthday, my brother.
Bar, quit talking about it and just type it.
Oh my gosh, Bar.
I gotta get back.
This is why nobody takes you seriously, Bar. What are you doing? What's happening here?
I missed Matt's.
Matt's super chat. Just go to that. Mm-hmm. There you go, baby.
Oh, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Matt, thank you.
Video
I
idea,
apologize.
top 10 self-contained non-comic book readers. Oh,
Yes,
you mean like
thank
standalone?
you.
So I do for non-comic book readers though. Oh, I like that. Although that might kind of cross streams, if you will. Yes, I went the real Ghostbusters term with my video that I do every year, top 10 best standalone graphic novels. But even so, maybe I'll get new viewers.
You're overthinking it.
I'm overthinking it. Thank you for that, Matt.
Yes. Thank you. And Murph Ballard Celestials.
Yeah, buddy. Good morning, Melanie and Uncanny Omar. Hey, Omar, can you please make a reading order bookmarks? It's a pain looking up where to stop and start on the web.
I think
you know what? That is a really good idea. But then what happens if they go outdated? Right, Murph? Then you're going to have to buy new bookmarks. You know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to write that down. Write that down.
I don't have any pens or pencils or papers.
Seriously. I like that idea a lot.
All right,
so I'm going to try it. Dearest Omar.
Bar, is this what it was?
Manga needs to be stopped.
Are you still ranting? Okay, let me see. I'm looking to see if that's what her question was. Okay,
dude,
here.
Bar paid like 35 cents out of this question you've been looking for.
Way too. Okay, I typed it again. I was up at the.
Sweetie, I need to get to other questions.
Okay.
If that was her question, I pay real money for that play to be a comic version. Thank you, Chris, for that. Have you heard back about? Okay. Can I see this for a second? And then you and Bar could just text each other. Bar's question is softcover Omar and hardcover Melanie. Yes, I'm wasting a super sticker on this. Since you watched Barbie, did you watch the erotic vibes between Barbie and Gloria? Which one's Gloria? Oh, the main character? No. Did I miss that? No, Bar. I think you're looking at it too much. You're overlooking it, Bar.
Wait, yeah. Oh, and I love that movie. Who's Gloria?
The main character,
Wait,
America Ferrera.
There weren't any vibes at all.
Bar's just trying to fanfic it.
No,
What is your opinion about Gwenpool? It's fun. It's a fun series. Seriously. I liked it more than I did like Squirrel Girl. NMC, thank you so much for your live streams. My whole week becomes stress-free because of you guys. Oh, dude, much love back to you.
You're welcome.
My lord, the effort people are putting into making sure Bar's dumb question gets read up.
And then she says, whatever.
Bar's dumb question.
That.
That should be your new name. Bar's dumb question.
I swear it wasn't on StreamYard's head. I could not find it.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely different giving it to someone who's not familiar. No, absolutely. I like that. Or comic tropes or references. or complicated panel layout. Books that you could lend to somebody to convert. Ooh, converting your friends into comics. Yes. Max is, if Max didn't try to get me canceled earlier, him and I would be best friends right now. Omar, how about doing a Mickey Mouse reading order or Defenders reading order? Oh, well, I don't have a lot of Mickey Mouse comics anymore. I checked myself out and said, oh, only Duck comics for me. I can get the Fables Companion box set for almost the same price as getting them individually, but what are the chances that box gets damaged in delivery? Well, if it does, depending on where you get it from, they should send you another one. Yeah. Unstoppable bars, unstoppable dumb questions. That should be our new name.
Good customer service from NMC.
Yeah.
It is 1:05. So
oh gosh,
perhaps let's end with Jack's super chat. Thank you, Jack. And could you read it, baby? The suit cap.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. Note to Omar: always have a post-it pad and pen handy. It's better to have a gun and not need it than need a gun and not have. Are you?
Wait. We need Batman for that one.
Are you a Kentuckian there, Jack Perry? That's a Kentuckian way of thinking. I never met a Kentuckian that didn't have a gun or a bottle of whiskey or a flask of whiskey.
Wait. There we go.
That's a Civil War quote.
This Batman right here.
You leave Batman Year 2 alone. That's a prized possession of mine. All right, let's do 3 more questions because I'm having such a fun time, even though we need to get going. Let's do 3 more questions. Speaking of reading orders, you're going to have to do a bunch of updated reading orders with all of the Omnis. I'm ready. Why did I just do the Ace Rimmer?
I'm ready.
Ace Rimmer is the best character in Red Dwarf. Jess is doing a stream with a woman. Those tend to be popular with comic book readers.
People should tune in.
Jess is secret.
Tune in because Jess is awesome.
Jess is good people. I love that guy. Omar, do you like Love and Rockets? I should, but I don't.
Oh,
I don't.
Wait, I get that confused with not Paradise Lost. Strangers in Paradise. I get those two confused. Okay. I was like, you don't? I thought you do. You love Strangers in Paradise.
I love Strangers in Paradise.
Yeah, it was like deafening silence.
I should, but I'm gonna try again. This is the third time I'm gonna try to read.
I should have loved Starman, and I didn't.
You should you should make a Bars Bad Ideas compilation. I should, and I'm just being honest, right? I could fake it and be like, "Oh yeah, I love Love and Rockets," like everybody else on YouTube that loves it. I don't know. It never clicked with me, and I'm gonna try.
But so, like I said, Starman is a good story.
How dare you put Starman in the same sentence?
It's well written. It just didn't speak to me.
Yeah. So let's do one more question: The Crossing or New Warriors? New Warriors, baby. Come on now. It's not even a question. Isn't Love and Rockets the most well-known? Can you click on that? Latinos in comics? Isn't Love and Rockets the most? You mean the brothers? The most famous, like in comics?
Obviously,
I would
you
think,
don't like Latino readers.
I think George Perez might be the most famous one, right? George Perez, more than because Love and Rockets is independent. You think Doomsday Clock will get a deluxe edition? Absolutely. Gloria had a don't get Bar started on. Oh my gosh! Yes, you're alone in your. That should be your name too. That should be the name of your channel if you ever start. I am alone in my delusion.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Have a great day, Omar Melanie. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
My personal favorite comic book artists are Alex Ross and who was it? Alex Ross and who? And Christopher Priest. What are yours? Oh, writers and artists. Oh, I have actually a video on that. Jim Lee. Jim Lee is up there. So that's it, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Smash that like button on the way out. I hope to have some more information later on about additions to books that we've asked about, and then of course restocks of Spidey 2099. So keep an eye out on the channel. Smash that like button on the way out. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. They're our sponsor here in America. Enjoy your weekend. Treat each other nicely. And read some comics.
You added. Well, did you just come up with a new catchphrase?
No, that's not a catchphrase. That's just advice from a human being to others.
Treat each other nicely and go read some comics.
Yeah.
And stay minty.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.